Yeah, I promise it's not that bad. And also, I turned my mic on before saying that so everyone can hear me now. Whoops! Hey, everybody, you just heard the last half of a sentence. Welcome to episode 3, finally. It's not a fake out this time. We're actually doing episode 3. It's been a bit, but I'm very excited for this episode.
We are not dead.
You're not dead. I mean, hey, you know, it's really just you and Nathan that were maybe dead. Momo and I have been showing up.
Yeah.
Me, because
I have perfect attendance. Actually, me and Matt have perfect attendance.
That's also fair. Though, to be fair, I have perfect attendance because if we're not here, it's canceled. Like, until we get Nathan DMing a one-shot, which will probably happen.
I hope so.
Oh, people are also saying, would I have needed to have finished the one-shot before this one? No. If you have not seen last week's episode, it was a bonus thing. It was a canon bonus thing, and if you want some, like, lore previews, you can, you know, go there for that. That was the wrong camera feed to turn off. If you want some lore previews of things that will happen later, you can go watch that. It is not required viewing. You do not have to have seen last week's special episode for this one. It's a separate party. You're all set. Also, before we start, I'm going to do something I've never done before, and this is admittedly more for the YouTube and the Spotify, which we have now, and we'll talk about in a second, because, you know, people will be joining throughout the live. I'm going to just give a real quick content warning on this one, not for any explicit reasons, but because I'm just going to say up front, if you don't like bugs, you're going to be in for a bad 3 hours. This is the bug episode, and I'm just saying that up front, so if any people hate bugs, I'm sorry, you can go ahead and clear out, and you're also going to have to listen to me making bug noises for a while.
Hell yeah, bugs.
You can blame Nathan for this, because he wanted to go to the Bug City specifically, so that's where we're going today.
I did. It was in my notes that I can't find.
Oh yeah, he also lost his notes. Everyone shamed Nathan for losing his notes.
Ooh, poor. I tried to be a note keeper once in my life, and I lose all the notes.
It's okay, I have all my notes.
Oh, someone else in chat is also asking, what is SG's gender/pronouns, which I will toss to Momo as I get everything finally set up here.
No gender, all pronouns. I think SG is just kind of everyone in this campaign's worst nightmare.
Gender is problem.
No gender, just problem. That's really it. Like, I guess when I came up with SG, I didn't even think about it, so it's not important. So I'm just like,
SG's gender is gaslight. That is.
Speaking of SG and gaslighting, I am excited to say that the as of like 2 hours ago when I got it finished, the first wave. This link better work. There we go. The first wave of merch is here. Woo! It's nothing fancy. We're gonna get like custom designs and stuff. I'm setting that up. I know we are getting a Critical Lick shirt. We are considering Roll for Hotness stuff, like specific campaign jokes. But right now, in the link I just dropped in chat, you can get like campaign logo shirts and with the character art and stuff. So those are now available. We'll talk about it a lot more, I'm sure. And also, while we're plugging things, I don't think we've officially announced this yet, other than maybe a couple times. We are on Spotify now. I have just dropped a link to that. Obviously, if you're here, you probably watch the live streams, but I know that a lot of people have been asking if we were going to be in a podcast form for people who would prefer audio. That is there. Again, links to both of those things are in chat. I will get links to them in like the stream description, but I have not done that yet. I'll probably do that today or tomorrow. But yeah, merch is up. New ways to listen are up. And on that note, I think that's all the announcements that we need to start with. So,
well, I guess like one mini announcement. With the link, you can also support us if you really enjoy listening to the Cemetery War / GodForce. You can do like basically like a Patreon thing with the link.
I forgot about that.
And subscribe to us monthly. Like I think it's 99 cents, $4.99, or $9.99.
I don't remember, but I can look. If you click the link, I know it brings you to the support thing like first, but then if you don't want to, which is fine, there's like an X button and you click that and it shows you all the episodes. So it's it's all in that one same link if you want to support or just listen, whatever. So also someone said, will the one shot be up on YouTube and Spotify? Yes, that was I got it updated. It's been a crazy week. I've had to deal with some very weird things. Everything's fine, but weird things cropping up out of nowhere. So the one shot will be up on Spotify and YouTube and everything. It's just not quite yet. Someone just gifted a bunch of subs. Thank you.
Woo woo.
I'm gonna say XG Lore. I have no idea if that's how you want your name to be pronounced, but thank you very much. I do appreciate that. Anyway, that was a lot of announcements, all good things, but a lot of announcements regardless. Does anyone want to take the recap, or does it fall to me because it has been 2 weeks and Nathan lost his dang notes?
I did lose my notes.
That one's on you,
Not
buddy.
Not me.
I think I can kind of do it.
All right, Momo's ready. Take it, Momo.
All right, so for season 2, episode 2, Boom 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 Horse. Essentially, the party fought a god, the god of victory. Wow, name is Vasilios.
Yes.
He was sort of a dick. Glib tried so hard to not have us fight, but we had to fight anyway.
He wanted to fight.
He wanted to fight. He wanted all the
smoke. One time. The one time I tried to be peaceful.
The one time. Oh yeah, Kermit made a comeback, and the party did not know Kermit has just been living inside of SG's armor this whole time.
Yep.
I, the player, actually forgot that, but you know, things happen. Great times. So now, what is his name? Dramaticus has super god powers as he is sat on the throne.
He does.
And now has powers of fire/victory. It's unclear, but mostly victory. His head just got bigger. He was able to super heal the party, had to super heal SG twice because they needed the spell slots to talk to Mercury, who is flying across the continent.
He was doing his best, but he just did not get how the system worked.
Yeah. He's doing his best, but not very good. He's flying across the continent to pick us up. And as we were waiting, we did have some of Goodbid's Capri Suns. It was not to SG or Glib's taste. Glib mostly because he only drinks blood.
I do want to point out,
for whatever reason.
I don't remember what the actual roll was, but when we were doing the Capri Suns, we rolled both to see how every member of the party liked it and also just its objective quality, and it was good. Just the party by their own personal taste did not like it, which was
like
very
a nat
funny.
20 for like
it was
quality.
like a nat
it was
20
great.
For quality.
SG just hated it by again
I think
pure
I rolled
coincidence.
A nat 1 for the taste. So.
Yeah, they got like single digits for solo enjoyment.
And
everyone's a critic.
As we were enjoying these high quality but like not to our taste Capri Suns, like the sky got all weird and this massive creature of God knows what fell out of the sky and started to kill people. So of course our heroes/villains, whatever you want to call them, started to fight it. Goodbid does like the coolest thing ever, flies up into the clouds to follow the dark voice. And it is none other than Raelius.
Yeah, he's back.
I forgot about
that.
The
guy that he was contractually sent here to avenge, but ends up not actually being dead, but he is the god of monsters. So there's that.
Yes, he has been altered a bit for reasons as of yet mostly unknown.
Yeah, and for whatever reason, Glyph and SG like really did not react at all to his like reappearance. We were just more annoyed than like, oh my god, scary. Also, SG turned the monster into a Pegasus.
That did happen. Raelius did not like that. He was very annoyed about that.
Yeah, I'm hoping as a player that the creature stays a Pegasus so that SG can go and have one. And then that's pretty much where our episode ended.
Yeah. Like, Raelius got annoyed at you and left after you guys kind of messed him up too. That's notable, is you were able to defeat a god easily, which was not accidental. But I should say, you also kind of figured out what the GodForce was in this city. You were sent to investigate different things around the continent that could possibly have something to do with the reemergence of gods, and it was kind of determined that in the city of Parian, which, let me pull up the map here, don't click that, that's too early to reveal it, there we go. In the city of Parian, which is on the sort of northeastern corner of the main continent there, it seems that the GodForce was created by the Victoria Festival, which basically there were so many people in one place worshiping the god of victory and doing rituals that it sort of like pulled him out of death temporarily, and that was the energy spike that was created. So now, I should also mention, none of you guys have seen last week's episode, right? Did anyone watch last week's episode? Okay, I'm taking the silence as a no. That's fine. Don't worry about it. It won't matter today, probably. It'll matter later.
I like how SG is psychic, and also I've been in all the sessions.
Yeah,
so technically.
Momo knows. Momo knows what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
But I would also like to point out, again, that was not required viewing. You can go back and watch it pretty much anytime. It's a separate thing. But if anyone was curious, again, that took place on this volcano island that was up to the north there.
Interesting.
Yes, yeah.
Can I roll to see if SG had a prophetic dream about this?
Definitely not.
20 had a prophetic dream about.
Definitely you cannot. It might not have actually happened yet. Because last week's was an improv session. And the lore was intentional, but the specific details were improv. So I am not putting a canon time on that. It might not have happened yet. It is going to be on a sliding time scale depending on how long you guys take. So it is canon, but it might not be canon yet, which is how I'm compensating for it being improv, and also why I say it's not required viewing right now. But yeah, that's how that is. But anyway, you guys, I believe you were waiting for Mercury to arrive and pick you up in the Sky Skimmer where we left off.
Yes,
just kind of in the middle of the city. So that is where we will begin. Toss over to you guys.
After Aurelius just flew away.
He is gone. Mercury is on his way. It was determined off camera that you wanted to go to Gadayama next, so you can just.
That shit was crazy.
Yes. Honestly, I did not see coming, and it's actually a little embarrassing because I am psychic.
Who was that again?
That was the guy that hired me to take care of whoever potentially killed him. So
Yes, that was Aurelius, I believe. He was the guy that I tried to put alt tab from the bar on his name. But he owned the bar.
Are you talking about that fuckhead that we left back there with Canyon?
Yes.
That was him.
God, motherfucking damn it! I thought we got rid of him.
No, everyone did, but he came back.
I don't want to deal with this motherfucker on his goddamn surfboard anymore.
Well, I don't think he has surfboard anymore. He just kind of has monstrous wings, and it's just ugly now. If I meet again, I will turn into Pegasus.
Ow.
Well, next time we meet, I will turn him into a very cute creature. I don't know why he turned himself into this abomination.
Well, I mean, do you think Canyon gave himself that giant jerk-off arm, or did he just already have that?
Honestly, knowing Canyon, I think he probably did it to himself.
That also, I just want to point out that was extra funny because Nikhil did specifically request that. I asked him what he wanted for his design. So yes, Canyon did give himself the horror. Anyway, you guys have a bit of time if you want to do anything in the city before you leave, or you can just wait for Mercury to arrive. That's on, that's up to you.
How long is it going to take him to get here? Oh my god.
Probably like 20 minutes. He said he was like 45 minutes away, an hour, something like that, and then you had the whole fight after that. So, not too long.
It feels like we've been waiting 2 weeks for him to come. Oh my gosh.
Wow. Yeah, I know. It's felt like it's taken forever. This is a DM question. I totally forgot. Was Raelius doing something to, I think it was Goodbid before we killed him? Told him to fuck off or something? Not killed him? He choked you for a second, didn't he? Like,
oh yeah, I mean, he was fighting everybody.
I was like, wrapped up. But then when he came down, I came down and we all beat his ass. Okay, so.
It was good.
There was no problem.
Yeah, he wasn't doing any like notable specific magic or anything. He was just fighting.
What happened to that fucking that dude that we just turned into a fucking god? Where the hell's that dude? He should have helped us, right?
Oh yes,
I need
Dramaticus.
I need someone to be mad at because the guy who we're supposed to be fighting flew the fuck off.
Yeah, you never saw Dramaticus during the fight. You don't know where he's at. You left the temple.
I do wonder why he didn't show up.
If you want to go look for him.
Do I have message? Oh, that doesn't work. I have to be in front of the person to message them, right?
There's so many similar spells. I mean, you have whatever you used for Mercury. Wouldn't that work?
I'm pretty sure I'm out of the spell slot.
Oh.
The third level spell
Yeah, because you used a million of them just to...
Oh no, I still have it. So, I'm gonna sending to Dramaticus and be like, excuse me, where were you during whole fight in out and open? We had to take down a god by ourselves.
After a moment, you sort of, you get the same message back. I don't remember if it's like you hear it in his voice.
It's 25 words.
Yeah, I'm not gonna bother with that bit again. I did that bit too much last time. You kind of get the same message back. He goes, I was also fighting here. Come back to the temple and I'll show you.
Why do I feel like this is a lie? But I mean,
If we get back there and there's one goddamn fish creature on the ground, I'm beating his ass.
At the very least, we can force him to do his little magic.
On that note, that's fair.
I do need, I need some healing.
So, you guys go and you return to the temple, which is where you last saw Dramaticus. And unlike Glib's prediction, there is not a weird fish creature on the ground in front of him. There are 3 that he is triumphantly standing over as a whole bunch of people are, freaking out at their new hero, who is now not only like a star athlete, also, from their eyes, did just save the town from an invasion of monsters. So, yeah. And he kind of waves you guys over and goes, yes!
Was.
Oh, you've got to be kidding me. Is there a butcher in the audience?
A butcher in the audience?
Is there a butcher in the audience?
After, like, an awkward pause, one guy kind of just, like, raises his hand.
Awesome. Hey you there. Cut up these fish creatures. Have sushi for everyone.
He kind of like
I'm gonna look at Blob and be like, "Hey man, do you know any of these fucking guys? Are these buddies or are these like fucked up monster people?"
As much as a tiny little flying squid can shrug, he shrugs. Like he doesn't know what these things are.
So you don't mind if she has them chopped up and turned into fucking sushi? You're cool with that?
As you're saying this, the butcher's kind of staring at these grotesque, mutated abominations, and he just kind of looks over at us and he goes, "I don't think these are fit for consumption."
Nonsense. Of course it is.
Look, the FDA.
I have a knife.
The FDA is gonna be on my ass.
Are you? There's an FDA?
Can I like?
Yeah.
The FDA.
The Fantasy Dining Administration.
Cut some of it off and then have a small piece.
It doesn't taste good. It tastes like rotten fish.
What is it rotten? It's fresh. What is this?
It's not rotten. It's just like mutated and not good. Like it doesn't taste like it. Maybe rotten was the wrong word. It's not good is the point.
It's not good.
It's an acquired taste.
Can I like dip? I'm gonna dip like my pinky in the blood from what you just got out. That's the most horrendous thing I've ever put in my mouth.
Yeah, it's not great. Dramaticus kind of has been watching this whole thing silently, like smile still on his face, but like a little bit pained. He's like, "You guys really like putting things in your mouths, don't you?"
I really wish I had purify food and drink. Is that like a spell?
I think that is a spell. Yeah, there's something
Damn
like
it.
that.
When he says that, I'm gonna turn around and be like, "Watch it, or I'll put you in." Never mind, I don't want to say that, and then turn back around.
I wish I had chef's tools. Oh man, that's something you can start with in D&D now.
Really?
Could have made some.
That's a thing? I had no idea that there was actually chef. Huh? Whatever.
Yeah.
Like cooking
Chef's
tools, kitchen tools, I think.
I did not know that was a thing. Anyway, I mean, you're in a city. If you want to get some of this purified best you can try that.
I'm good.
Would I be able to make like a medicine check to purify it?
I'll give you a medicine. Also, hold on. Let me respond to a text real quick. And yeah, you can do a medicine check to find out.
Medicine, and that's an 8.
No,
That was almost a nat 20.
You do not know how to handle this. You don't know how to handle this at all.
You know what? You seem to be doing good job here, Dramaticus, despite... Honestly, you're a good sorcerer, but I wish you would just be yourself. Anyway, we're going to go meet someone that I might have talked to later. Okay, bye.
I'm confused. He kind of just like waves goodbye as you go after, walking up, trying to eat his kill and leaving. And
as we're walking away, just for one last time, as I walk past him, pat him on the shoulder, and be like, "You're not as bad as I thought you were. Don't fuck this up," and then walk away again.
He again gives you that kind of like pained, slightly scared thumbs up that he's been doing a lot of lately, and then you leave. Again, if you want to do anything else in the city, you can, or you can chill and wait for Mercury. He'll be there soon, but you can always delay. So if you want to do anything.
Yes, I don't think
I'm down to
now is
just
time
chill.
to get chased out of city because of a robbing jewelry store. Maybe another time.
Now is not time for Operation
Maybe
Influencer.
another time. There's always chances for crimes later. You'll do it
Wait
anyway.
until we get to the Bug City to try and do Operation Influencer.
Yeah, seriously.
Because that'll work with the bugs.
I'm sure it'll work
Before-
great with the bugs.
Before Mercury lands, like SG's gonna take Goodbid aside and be like, "Nail Goodbid. When Mercury comes, I need you to be a little less. Like last time we were all together, you were like a lot.
Yeah.
I need you to be like a little bit less. Can you do that for me, please?
I'll try my best.
So if I give you
I will try
signal,
my best.
if you're talking like a bit too much, I give
Okay.
you signal, you give me and Mercury alone time. Make it look as natural as possible.
Natural as possible. Got it. What's the signal?
You'll know it. You'll know the signal.
Okay.
I feel like the
no?
signal's gonna be
Got
like stabbing him or something.
I love that this entire conversation, Goodbid's just like sharpening his sword, like,
Yeah.
Like, what
Sounds
the
like-
what
sounds
are you
like a good
sharpening
point.
the sword for? Did it get messed up in battle?
Yeah, something with the Raelius's armor.
I like this imagery of just like SG's like, okay, Goodbid, if you're getting too much, I'm gonna give you a signal. Goodbid's like, what's the signal? And then SG just pauses and goes, I'm gonna push you off the boat. that's the signal. Anyway,
Like Momo the player knows what the signal is.
okay, you have this established.
Quick
all right.
question. Quick question for Matt. The guy that hired
Mhm.
me. Did he hire me just to get the boat or to take out Mercury?
He kind of said the boat is the priority. Whatever you have to do,
Okay.
you can do.
Whatever.
yeah.
Like, he doesn't care what happens.
No, he definitely did
Clearly
not.
he
care.
didn't like
He only really cared about the boat from what you understood.
Interesting. Okay, noted.
So after a couple more minutes, you see, off
I
above
don't
the
know.
horizon.
Curie and that boat seem to be, so I don't know about that.
Yeah, he talks to the
and
boat.
the boat
so
talks
that
back.
might be.
So
He is at very least friends with the boat. I don't know if not killing an option here.
Oh my
so
god.
speak of the devil, by which I mean the boat. Over the skyline, after a couple minutes, you start to see a flying pirate ship, which does not go unnoticed by the townspeople, I should add. And it kind of it seems to have a general idea of your location, kind of like hovers above the city, again, drawing lots of pointing and staring from people because it's a flying pirate ship. Gets, roughly over and kind of seems to be waiting for you guys to go under to meet it. It does not land,
Mercury.
but yeah, as you get close, Mercury sees you waving, and he kind of throws down a ladder for you guys to climb up to the ship itself.
I just hop on stick. I'm like, I don't need your fucking charity, and I just float up on stick all the way up to the boat.
I climb the ladder. I climb up.
I climb up.
Do we see Mercury, or is it just the boat?
Yeah, Mercury is at the ship's wheel. He's not steering it because the ship seems to be able to steer itself largely. But as you get up there, he waves.
I do the thing that people did in the 40s, where they take off their top hats and wave around.
When I get
let me,
on board, I notably do not address Mercury first. I talk to Skyscammer. I'm like, oh, hello, Skyscammer. It's been a while. How have you been?
Wait, hold on. I broke something. I was going to show the Mercury character art again because I don't know if anybody's seen it, but my Streamlabs is causing problems. Anyway, the ship, while it does not respond verbally because it doesn't have a mouth, you can see the sail seems to flap unnaturally as if it's waving back. It seems happy enough. Anyway, there's Mercury for those who are curious as to what he looks like. The ship is a flying pirate ship.
Yes.
There's our boy.
Yes.
Our unnervingly hot mermaid.
Yeah.
Did we? I don't think we did. Did we tell Raelius to juicify us?
We didn't.
Or are we?
We
No,
didn't
you-
tell,
no, you left.
Dramatic the
You left.
Great.
But anyway, as you all get up, Raelius not Raelius. He is not here. Mercury waves and goes, "Hey everybody, how was the mission? Looks like everyone's kind of celebrating down there. I assume it went well."
Well,
No, that's the dude who stole our fucking glory, but that's fine.
He kind of
We
peeks.
ran
He
into an
peeks
old
over the
guy.
side again. He goes, Looks like he's standing on the corpses of 3 monsters.
We fought a
Well,
god.
we took out one, and yes,
and
that
one.
as well. I'd say for us it went pretty good. I think it was a success by our standards.
Did you find the... I wasn't really briefed on all the details, but did you find the whatever you were looking for?
Nope.
Yeah, well,
False alarm.
we didn't find it, but that's kind of the point. So, progress.
He, like, kind of cheerily goes, doesn't really sound like progress, but you know what? I'll trust you. Where to next?
What the fuck is the place called?
Gadayama.
Yes, I'll pull up the map again. I guess so. To recap what happened a couple of weeks ago, there were several areas on the map that were points of interest for Callisto and Prophis and the Order of the Eye. There was Parian. There was Bowenberg, which is where the magic school is located. There was Gadayama, which, you know, we'll explore in a second because the players separately decided they were going to go there first so that I, the DM, could know what to prepare. And then Aragdus, which was another mystery that we'll go over when we get to it. But yes, you guys decided on Gadayama next, which is at the south end of the continent. On that note, actually, I want everybody to roll a history check. Because I don't think any of you have any reason to have been to this area. But I want just to know, you know, I'll give you some starting information if somebody rolls high.
19.
19.
I got an
Okay,
8.
Goodbid does not know anything about this.
I've never been. I want
19
to
is actually enough. So, the first thing that I have to do in describing the basis of this city is actually do a little bit of a retcon. Because I originally said that this was a Thrakreen city. I'm sure I said that at some point. I have technically changed that because I wanted these guys to be a little bit more tied to the lore of the world, and that means I wanted them to be distinct. So they're not Thrakreen anymore, and technically never have been. They are sort of like termite people. They are humanoid termites, and they're called the Moraterms. That's the species, is the Moraterms, which I will put in chat for anyone who wants to know the spelling of that. And actually, wait, I spelled it wrong. I spelled my own thing wrong. There's another E. It's that. It's spelled the second one. Ignore the first one. But yes, the city of Gadayama is basically a giant termite mound. You know, like those termites in Africa that build like the giant towers? It's those kind of things. The entire city is contained within one massive spire. And it does look like a building. It doesn't just look like a mound of earth that is sitting in the center of a crater. It is not exclusively a city of Moraterms. It has grown big enough that there are other things living there, and, you know, they have, like, trade and export and all that stuff. But it is largely Moraterms because not many other people want to live in a giant insect hive. None of you have been there, though, so that is pretty much the only thing that you know from the start, other than there is some sort of GodForce present there that nobody knows the origin of yet. And also, I should note, there are no theories as to where this is coming from yet, either. There were theories for some of the other places, but this one was a big mystery.
Big mystery.
So, upon hearing your chosen destination, Mercury kind of spins the ship around. He goes, all right, it'll take us a bit to get there. I could probably get there faster if we wanted, but he looks you guys over. You guys seem like you could use a rest, so you're free to go and chill below decks if you'd like.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yes. So,
not questioning that for a second. I don't even wait for him to finish. I just start walking towards the stairs.
There are some bunks below deck of the Sky Skimmer. It's a fairly big ship. So, you know, you're not in the captain's quarters or anything, but there are decent accommodations for you guys to take a long rest and recover everything from the monster fight.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah. SG doesn't go downstairs, like, right away. Like, they just pretend like they've been having this. Well, actually, I wouldn't say pretend. They've been having a very, like, long conversation with Sky Skimmer while Goodbit and Glib talk to Mercury, and like they're just like wrapping up like, "Oh, Sky Skimmer, you're such a hoot. It's really great to hang out with you again. Oh, hi, Mercury. I didn't see you there. How have you been? What have you been up to?"
He seems confused when you say you didn't see him there because he's like 10 feet away on the open deck of a ship. But he's like, oh, I've been good. I've just been, you know, exploring, going around and investigating stuff. And then I came to, you know, once I got all your calls, I wasn't really good at the messaging. I'm sorry about that. I didn't understand how the wording of everything, but I got there eventually.
I mean, you did get the event. I don't know why. Why did I respond with his accent?
is that in canon? Your
SG mirrors.
slowly mirroring his
the
accent.
ultimate manipulator.
Yeah. I mean, you did get there eventually. Like, what sending is a spell that if you don't give it a very good explanation in the beginning, it kind of gets all messed up anyway. Like, I heard you and Goodbid were like out during vacation. And what did you get up to there? Like, what are your hobbies? I'm so bad at this. Oh my god.
You can say it's in character. SG's bad at it.
Cover your ass. It's fine.
Hold on, let me turn that off. Mercury kind of, keeps saying, oh, well, I'm a sailor. I like going around. I like fishing sometimes. I like explore. I've never been able to really explore the land. So with Sky Skimmer here being able to go around more, I would just, sightseeing, trying to find some interesting stuff.
Yeah, Sky Skimmer is the best ship. I don't actually know many ships at all, but from what I can speak to with, it was Sky Skimmer, like very good ship. I'm gonna go now. Okay, thank you for coming to get us. Bye.
He waves. He doesn't seem to pick up on any awkwardness. He's himbo. He's like, yeah. See you later.
As SG comes below deck, I'm just like, that was smooth. That was real smooth.
I'm gonna punch Glib in the face.
Since it was before a long rest, I'm not even gonna bother making you roll damage. You punch Glib in the face. I imagine, like, from Mercury's perspective, he's up there still, SG leaves, and then just he hears "ow," and kind of like doesn't really worry about it and continues on his way. After a bit, you guys take a rest. Everything is restored. And a while later, you hear Mercury kind of calling to you from above decks. Going back to the deck of the ship, you can look over to see you are now back in a desert region in the same very, very large desert that houses Rift Reach, but farther to the south. And you can see, sort of just barely on the horizon, a spire coming out of the earth that you presume is Gadayama, though you notice it's not actually nearly as tall as you were expecting it to be. It actually looks kind of short. Until you get closer and see that the crater that it is rising out of is far deeper than you would expect. And so the tower is actually massive, like taller than the Empire State Building. It's just inset into the ground. So it's, this big basin with the single huge spike rising out of it. Mercury kind of points out and goes, there it is. Any of you guys been here before?
I always wanted to, but no.
I'm a bug, man.
You wanted to come here on vacation? Good
Well,
for you.
see the exotic landscape. It's interesting.
What's exotic about the crater? It's just a crater. I can make a crater right now.
Have you ever lived in a bug tower?
That's the difference.
Well, no. But I've never wished to live in Bug Tower. I could live in Bug Tower if I wanted to.
Oh heavens, I never want to live in the bug tower, but I'd like to come visit.
Well, does SG know what these creatures look like?
Yeah. You guys know what the species is, and actually, on that note, I will tell you a little bit about the more terms because they're I made them more interesting. Again, I don't have art of them because I changed up their design like very recently. I'll probably get art if any characters of them continue to be important. But while the Thrykreen are kind of like grasshopper ant-like, these guys are humanoid termites basically. There are sort of 2.5 different types of them. There are the Alates, which are like their warrior class. If someone wanted to like play one of these guys, this is what they would be. They are the ones with more individual, consciousness that are the warriors and fighters and the standard ones. But there are also the Barons. Now the Barons are very interesting. You don't really know a lot about them, but you know that they are sort of the equivalent of queens. They're like what the queens of this species have evolved into over a very long time. But that is all you know, is that they have the queens and then they have the knight-like ones and presumably some sort of like drone workers, but you don't know details on that yet.
Interesting.
So eventually, Mercury, as you get closer, he kind of sets you down sort of like a fair distance away so that, no one freaks out about the flying pirate ship, but within walking distance. Kind of goes, this is as close as I'm willing to go. I don't think they're going to be aggressive, but this is a weird sight to see on the horizon, especially in a desert where they're probably not used to seeing boats.
Yeah. About
Also-
that, big man. Do you You know if they have any ill will towards creatures that usually eat bugs?
I'm assuming you're in like out of game. I'm assuming you're kind of subtly asking, are they going to not like me because I'm a frog?
Yes.
Yeah.
100%. I'm like, am I gonna have to deal with some issues down here?
In that, he goes, no. I mean, there was some ill will with the lizards in the past, but I don't think that. And then he kind of pauses as he processes that you are the first frog person he's ever seen. He goes, I mean, you're a lot smaller than they are, so I don't think that. I didn't mean any. No, probably
I'm
not.
gonna get my ass kicked, essentially.
That's not what it. I have full faith in you. I think you're going to be fine.
Fuck.
You heard
I don't even say
heard
thank you. I
man.
just walk away. Fuck.
You'll heard the man, Glib. You'll be fine. Mercury always knows what he's talking about.
I mean,
I'm about to say something, and then I feel the bruise on my head, and I'm like.
Also, someone in chat said Lizard War made canon, which yes is true. That is something there's not a lot of history of it yet, but it is technically canon now. That the Lizard War in the past is a thing. But yeah, so unless you have anything else you want to do on the Sky Skimmer, I assume you guys are approaching.
Yes, actually.
Okay, cool.
I do, because while we were taking our long rest, or before, or after, sometime around there, I wanted to kind of check out the Sky Skimmer and see what I could learn about it. Mainly, if I were to go, I don't know what kind of check this would be, but I needed to know that if Sky Skimmer acts as some sort of omniscient security system. Like, if I go snooping around, will Sky Skimmer snitch on me to Mercury?
Yeah, I don't know what kind of check that would be either, to be honest. Like, I don't know how you would figure that out.
I don't know if it'd be Arcana.
I mean, I'm not telling you. I'm the DM. You pitch me an idea to figure it out, and we'll see if it works. Like,
I would assume this is a magical boat, and the fact that it can talk is magical.
It definitely seems magical in some sense.
I just want to say, if our bard character does not seduce the boat before the end of this, I am going to lose my shit.
We're shipping SG and Mercury and Goodbid and the boat.
Yes. But I also just have general boat questions, like, is there cargo on the Sky Skimmer? There's no crew. I know that.
There is no.
I just want to get a vibe before I go to bed.
There is no crew. There does not seem to be any major cargo that you can see. There's a couple. There's like supplies, but it seems to be supplies. It's supplies for one, and then some crates that are labeled with the order symbol, presumably that are just like mission supplies, since Mercury is their courier, basically. But you cannot find anything notable. I mean, actually, roll an investigation check. Roll an investigation check.
Oh God, what's my investigation? There it is. That is a 21.
A 21 is actually pretty good. You're saying are you trying to sneak around?
Yes.
Then roll a stealth check as well.
Okay. Oh, 14.
14. Okay, 14 is going to be good enough for this. While looking around, you don't find any notable cargo or anything, but like kind of stashed in the back of a desk somewhere. There's like an isolated desk far away from everything else. You find some documents, and the documents have been heavily, like kind of torn up and redacted, like stuff scratched out. But especially with Goodbid doing this, Goodbid knows enough of like legal terminology. What you can kind of figure out is that this ship seemed to belong to a family. It is something that has been passed down through a family line, but that is all that you know. That is all you can tell. But you can't tell who or like from what. But from like
so there's no name.
The specific names of everything have been scratched out and marked over. But because again, I'm giving this to you because it's Goodbid specifically. From the legal wording of the rest of the document, you can piece together what the purpose of it was.
Got it. After I do that, then I'll take my long rest, and then we can travel back to present.
Okay, cool. So, in that case, it's Bug City time.
Bug City, Bug City, Bug City.
So you guys,
I feel like the chaperone of a kid who's like super into bugs, and Glib is like,
hey, I researched
I really hope
termites
I don't get hate
for this.
crimed at the Bug City, and Goodbid's over here like, let's go.
When I did research termites for this specifically. Like I said, the alates or alates, I forgot how I pronounce it, but that is like an actual term. That's what winged termites are called. So like their warrior class is an actual real entomology term.
Oh my God.
Anyway, you guys get off the boat and walk over to the city. You notice there is actually there's a line of people to get in. Not huge, but this is it's a trading hub. It is a major city, and again, I said it's mostly Moraterms that live there. It's not entirely. So there's a line to enter the main gate. Basically, are you going in that way, or are you going in somewhere else? I only ask because you guys are so inclined towards crime.
I'm fine with
Cut
going
the
in the
line?
front entrance.
I should say,
Can we just cut the line?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you
Just
can
walk to the front and like.
you can walk to the front of the line if you would like to do the legal thing in the most annoying way possible. And you get to the line and you see that there are a couple, Moraterms, the Alates, guarding the door. They got like big spears and stuff. They seem like pretty standard guards. Roll perception on these guys.
Ooh.
Come on,
my God.
perception.
That's a good sound.
28.
Okay, you didn't. This was a low check. 28 is great. You didn't even need to roll that high. You notice these guys, they have very large mandibles sort of coming out of the fronts of their faces because they're termite people. But they also have, the guards specifically have this sort of like big neck piece with a crystal on it. They each have identical ones. When they speak kind of just, and then from the crystal in their chest emanates a language you understand. It seems to be some sort of translator, because you can immediately tell that their mouths do not seem to be designed to speak other languages. On that note, I do want to ask, what languages do each of you know? By any chance, would you know, we'll see if you know a language of these guys.
I know Common, Elvish, and Goblin.
No, none of those are going to be helpful.
Dang.
Thieves' Cant, Sylvan, Common, Abyssal.
None of those are going to be helpful.
I'm trying to find. I know more than one language.
Yeah, you probably
so
know the
I'm trying to
most because you were the acolyte, the educated one.
Where would I find that?
I mean, I can pull it up on D&D Beyond and look for. Chances are you do not know anything about this. I just want to check.
Always good to check. Somebody might pick something out of left field.
Yeah, especially because I believe I told you guys pick weird languages because I'm gonna go kind of crazy with the world building. Let's see. I don't actually. You're right. I don't actually know. Where is it on?
For me, it's in the bottom left on.
Yeah,
D&D
bottom
Beyond.
left, right by the die.
Yeah.
Oh, I speak deep speech and primordial.
Okay, yeah, none of those are going to be helpful
No.
either. So you guys have no idea what the bug thing is saying until it speaks through the crystal. One of them kind of turns to address you, and in a very kind of monotone voice, you can't tell if it's just speaking tone or if that's because of the translator, kind of goes,
Right.
return to the procedure of the line.
All right.
Do we know if they understand Common?
You can tell from the 28 perception, they're having conversations with the people who are walking in, but you don't know if that could be a magical function of the translators. That could be because these guards specifically seem to be trained for this. These guys that's all you can tell.
I would like to just smile and be like, "Come on, can't you let us in now?"
Roll a persuasion check.
That's a nat one. But it's
Wow.
technically a 12.
We're gonna get our
You have
ass
a plus 11 to persuasion
Thrown.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah,
good.
I really thought that worked.
without missing a beat. The insect just in the exact same cadence, just return to the procedure of the line.
Okay.
Hold on.
And yeah,
Turn around.
you get a sense they're, especially after that, they are not letting you in early.
I
Can
feel like I choked on my spit while I was talking, or Goodbid did. Can't you let... Oh, okay. Never mind.
It's all right, good bit. Step aside. This is how real pros do it.
Can I cast a
Unbelievable.
brawl?
If you would like to, I mean, you can just wait in line, but sure.
Yeah, we
Fuck,
could...
it's a long line.
It's not that long. It's not that long. Let me be clear. They're not actually
How many
that
people
long.
we talking here?
I mean, it's maybe like 10. It's not huge. You know, you can see some caravans
It's
like
not
off
that
on the
long.
distance.
It's not that long.
It was not
I thought we
a.
were talking like a Disneyland line.
This was
I'm
not
like,
presented
oh,
as
shit,
a
fuck
challenge.
this.
This was presented as my way of saying there are people going in and out. It was not meant to be like a thing that you had to get around.
The way you had it framed,
Okay,
it sounded like
that's
the line
maybe
was long
that was
as
maybe
fuck.
my bad. I probably said
I
that.
thought there was like refugees.
Okay,
trying
I
to get
said-
in and shit.
in
And I
that
was like,
case-
I'm not waiting. For
In
this
that
shit.
case, my bad.
All right.
So none of that happened. Scratch
Sure.
all of
Okay.
that.
Okay. Regardless, point is, whatever happens, you get in with no problems.
Okay,
But entering the spire for the first time, you go into an earthen tunnel that is, it seems unnaturally made. Like, it's a square tunnel. It's not just like an anthill tunnel. That's surprisingly small. But as you go through this small tunnel, eventually you exit into what seems to be a kind of main street for the city. And I also need to know who has dark vision.
Me.
I think it's everyone but Goodbit.
Yeah, I don't think half elves get
Yeah.
dark vision.
I don't have dark vision. I think it was.
Oh,
just
is
good.
it-
We did
okay,
this,
I've-
like.
Oh, I do.
Yeah,
I do
because
have dark
of-
Oh,
vision.
so it's
you
only
do?
it's SG that doesn't. Okay, I knew it was one of you that didn't.
Yeah.
So regardless, I'll describe it with the darkness, knowing that you guys can see. So, the chamber that you enter is actually quite scary looking, despite being fairly well populated. It doesn't look seedy, but it is a city, a large main street area with kind of towering buildings built directly into the sides of the chamber. And it is in a large cave, sort of like like Pueblo. Is that the word where it's like built into the side of a cliff, like that kind of structure, like that, but underground. However, despite being very big, very intimidating, it's not incredibly well lit. It seems that the residents have made an attempt to light it for the non-dark vision residents, but it has actually just made it much scarier, because the way that you have it working is kind of hanging from the ceiling along the center of the main road, and then at the entrances of shops there are large kind of like urns that are functioning as torches. And so what you have is, if you've ever driven down like a rural highway at night where the main center area is lit and then it just fades into darkness very, very quickly, that's kind of what you're looking at, is this flickering flame illuminating important areas, and then just these ominous dark silhouettes of huge buildings and a cavernous roof above you. And you can see tunnels that are leading off to other chambers, because this entire thing is built inside one big spire. But that is what you're looking at. There are plenty of people walking around. Interestingly, you can see both the elites, which are the individual knights, but you can also see, what palanquins are? For those who don't know in chat, I'm sure some people don't know that. Like, I don't know, like the sort of covered tent-like things with sticks on them that are like carried by a bunch of servants, like that kind of thing.
Oh, yeah.
You see several of those walking around, and from looking inside, it seems that the queens are in these. There are these, larger, different-looking ones that are being carried by drones, just kind of walking around. And this is the landscape that you have. Yes, queens plural. There's some, and again, they're called I forgot it. They're called barons technically, but they are what queens became. You can find out more about them if you ask.
Very cool. Very creepy.
Freaky.
I'm thinking of thoughts. I have idea. SG doesn't have dark vision. Does SG see any
Again,
of that?
you can see what is illuminated by the large fires. Like I said, imagine a rural highway at night where there's the center strip illuminated by like red flickering flames, and then that's pretty much all you can see, or all you can make out clearly.
Looks like a time for changeling.
I
Shapeshift into a queen.
You shapeshift into the.
Wait, you don't know what the queens look like?
No, you can see
they
them
look
walking
black.
around. Or one of the.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
alright.
Here's the thing. They don't really seem to be that capable of walking. They're big. They're bloated, and you kind of just like flop to the ground.
Amazing.
I'll let you.
Not the work the way I
I'll
thought
let
it
you
would.
guys roll nature to sort of figure out, or whether you know what the deal is with these barons.
Okay, sure. What's my nature? God, I got a nat
Good
one
bit
That
has
again.
again. 6.
No, neither of you know. SG, you can. Since actually SG roll with advantage.
That's a 6
I was gonna
for
say
me as
roll with
well.
advantage, and if
roll
you
with
get it, you'll
advantage?
see
Awesome.
why. 11 is not. I'm actually gonna give this to you because that's more than the 10. It's not a hard check, and since you're psychic,
Good Bid, this is Good Bid's episode. Like,
this is
his
this
thing.
is the one he
Yeah.
requested, and he does not know
And he
anything
is
about this.
failing.
Hey, he
So
wants to see
serious.
something
Double
new.
that
He wants
one.
to see something new, right? Of course he doesn't know about it. Anyway, SG, from sort of things that you've heard about, like, this is kind of a sort of psychic phenomenon. What has happened to these creatures over a very long time of evolution, and possibly thanks to some pressure to consolidate during the Lizard Wars, which are not actually called that, but I'll come up with a better name later. What has happened is they have transitioned from a hierarchy with one or very few queens to a system where there are a lot of queens with very sort of small broods that they are connected to. So looking around at these palanquins that are carried by drones, the drones are not individual creatures at all. The queen and like her 4 or 5 drones are literally one being. They share not even just a hive mind, exactly one creature split across different things, because the barons, as they're now called, have such a connection to their drones, but they're smaller, smaller broods. So these things that you're seeing is basically one queen mind being carried by basically separate limbs that are entire organisms, but it is all controlled by one being, which is why you're having a hard time walking as one of them, because you're basically just the brain of a larger creature. Like, Portuguese man-o'-wars, how they're like technically a bunch of different creatures that make up one thing. It's like that. Mm-hmm. That's what the barons of this
After
are.
falling to the ground, SG's like, well, that did not work the way I wanted it to, and this changes back into mannequin form.
Yeah, so SG turns into a bug, flops to the ground, and then is like, wait, no, that didn't work at all.
Matt, I just want to say that is the most disgusting creature that I could possibly think of.
It's cool. It's cool. I'm standing by. It's cool.
Like,
I came up with that 2 hours ago.
As a person who naturally doesn't super love bugs, I'm like, that's fucking
I put
gross.
the bug trigger warning on this. I put the bug. I will.
Oh, it's
Bug
not.
trigger
It's not a
warning.
like I need to escape. That just sounds fucking gross.
If we end up doing a source book for this world, there will be stats for the barons that are like specific things. Anyway.
Oh god.
Well, I don't know how we're supposed to find like GodForce energy when it feels like all of these beings with their hive mind seem to. Can they even think? They can't think about apart from the queen. Wait,
Well,
if I
hold
talk to
on.
one of the like walking leg people, would all of them answer at once? Like it's like I'm talking to the brain if I'm talking to one of the walkers.
Basically, it seems that like they could all answer at once. The queen could answer. The one that you spoke to, it could answer. It really depends on the queen's preference. Just sort of like, to put it in a kind of gross way, which one of her mouths she wants to talk through. It's one being,
That does not discuss SG, as SG has no features and can just produce features wherever they want. So
SG is trying
like
to
SG's
start
gonna
a
go
horror
up to like
movie.
the nearest one and just like say, excuse me, do you know where I could find a jewelry store?
No, I
I'm
could
kidding.
find
I
So
mean,
God.
the palanquin stops after a second. They all come to a halt. All of them kind of look at you in unison, as the queen kind of like leans over and stares at you as well. And then the specific drone that you spoke to goes.
is it
No.
not wearing a crystal?
No.
So
Damn it!
exotic.
Oh shit. Okay, never mind.
I love
Thank you
your
for your
accent.
time. Thank you. I just like deeply bow and walk
The Baron carriage continues onwards.
Got any
Wow, I
other
am
bright
really
ideas?
not skilled today.
Can Stick
Like-
or Blob help us?
That's a good question. Blob!
Uh,
Stick is a stick.
Blob.
Stick can't talk to anything.
Blob
That's true.
appears next to you.
You wouldn't happen to know, Bug, would you?
No.
Alright. Never mind, you can go.
Hold on. I have idea. I take Jared out and I smash him.
Okay.
We're not even
First
licking
appear-
Jared.
First
We're going
appearance.
straight to fuck it. We're going.
First appearance of
Correct.
Jared in a while. You throw the crystal onto the ground, and it has been, more than long enough that Jared manifests. The crystal breaks, swirls up into this form of a pink buff mustached man. Goes, hey!
Yes,
It has been a long time. Hello. I don't remember the exact voice
Yes,
I
you're
used. It was
finally
close
happy
enough to
to
that.
see me. It's been long enough.
Are you
Been
good
long
and
time.
rested, fucker?
No need to be rude. You haven't
Yes.
you haven't asked for me in like a couple of weeks.
Maybe because you are always
Well, now
asleep.
you're finally well rested and able to answer our need. So we are in Kadayama. You must know you're all-knowing being or something, whatever. I don't really care. Do you know if you can help us understand them / help them understand us? Because they don't seem to speak our language without crystal, but not all beings have crystal. I don't know if that's some kind of like economic status. I just got here.
He says, what? You want to speak bug or you want to understand bug? What are? That was like you asked for like three
Prefer
things.
people. I would like both, please.
Okay, let me see what I can do. He kind of like looks around. You see some of the particles of his body kind of like start to swirl around, considering his options here. And he goes, okay, I can do this much. And then he kind of like taps you on the face. And a little bit of like this pink energy that kind of matches his coloration sort of just like shoots through your head.
I don't know what you did. What did you do?
I can probably understand bug now.
Probably. That doesn't sound very confident.
I am not a genie.
Yes, you are. You are a genie. It's your whole thing.
Some say different names.
What?
You can. Can you do this for just me, or can you do it for the other two as well?
Probably just you.
Jared, I need you to go back into shell right now. because I'm frustrated.
Well, then I do. You asked to understand bug. Now you can understand bug.
Get back in
but
the
so
crystal.
one person understand is not very helpful.
I did that was exactly what you asked me to do.
Jared, take a lap. Take a lap.
Take a lap.
You heard me. Go take a lap around Kadayama. Come back when
You actually want him to like go.
I mean, I can summon him back, right?
You don't have the ability to summon him back. No, I mean if
You
you
did. This is why we
never
lick
mind.
Jared. This
Don't
is why
go
we
to
don't
lab.
shatter Jared.
Never mind, Jared. Just go back to being Crystal.
he kind of grumbles and then shrinks back into his crystal and goes, do exactly what they ask, and then they can yell at me. I'm just doing my job. Stupid psychic link.
Psychic link. So you fucker, you can hear me when you're in your crystal. Don't go silent now. I know you can hear me. You said psychic link before you got into crystal.
Yeah.
Shut up. Go away. Come back. Talk to me.
That is basically what's happening here.
You know what, Glib? You know he's been ignoring me the whole time because he can't understand me. He just ignores me. Only comes out when he feels when it's convenient. What kind of genie
There's a
does
limit.
that?
I have to recharge.
Sorry, did you say something?
I don't know if that is what you're saying is true.
Is there? So I know you probably already described this, but we're in a tower. Can we see to the top from where we're at, or is there like
No,
layers?
what this is based like imagine the city is structured very much like an anthill with chambers and tunnels that is all contained within a really big spire. So there's probably it's not even structured like floors. It just happens. It's a termite mound. It's a really big termite mound.
Right. So there's no like main chamber.
This seems to be a big chamber, but it also is like the first chamber that people. So this is where like stores and stuff are, as best you can tell.
Right.
If you don't know the
also,
layout
just
of
for
the
me,
building.
How big, circumference-wise, is that? Because I know it's taller than the Empire State Building, but how wide is
I
it?
don't know. I'm not good at I don't know scales of cities. You know, I guess I don't have to put it in like a number scale. It is like the circumference is several blocks. Like it's not tall and skinny. It's big. It's real big.
Okay.
Again, the chamber that you're in is like, think of like a main street in a big city, that kind of thing.
Right, got it.
And presumably, just from the size, this is one of the bigger chambers. You don't know if it's the biggest per se, but just eyeballing it, it seems large.
I feel like just start making our way to the top.
We started at the bottom, right?
You started at ground level.
Oh, okay. So there's a bunch. But the good bit, if we go all the way to the top and the GodForce energy is at the bottom, now we're fucked.
Well, then let's get looking at the bottom. Where we start?
We have a floating elevating stick. We could just all descend on that. We did do that before.
Well, it's not.
Again, it's not
tunnels.
like an elevator. It is tunnels.
Yes.
And we don't know how to get through the tunnels necessarily. There's no like road like.
We do have a blob.
I was about to say.
We have blob.
Blob was still out, I think. He never left.
Like, oh shit!
I give Blob some pats, some like scritches.
Blob accepts the scritches. It feels like touching a squid.
I was about to say, isn't Blob just kind of like a dude? Like he's not.
Yeah, he's a. I mean, yeah, he is a sentient being, but like sentient being, you know. Blob's love language is physical touch.
It's now canon.
So cute, so cute.
All right, Blob, buddy, can you just go to where you sense the GodForce? Now that we're here.
So Blob kind of like floats, looks around, goes. It's faint from up here. The sensors that we have back in Rift Reach are far more detailed since we have a whole psychic network. If I had to guess, kind of points a tentacle downwards.
You see, this is why we don't go to the top.
Yes,
now we know.
Very cute and very smart, Blob. I keep giving him scritches. And it's like, one day if Glib dies, you will be mine, and you won't have to worry about him anymore.
Blob kind of like stares off into the distance and goes, given that the Kraken Lord is dead, if Glib dies, I also probably die.
Don't say that. Don't say that.
Don't say things like that.
I'm just gonna lean completely lying and just be like, he's right. Yeah, all right, where's the down? Where is down? There's so many tunnels.
Is there like technology like in the other places, or is it like
Technology is such a vague term. What do you specifically looking?
Is it like high tech or is it
this
just
is
like...
I know this place does, this campaign does get sci-fi. This is not sci-fi. This is like fantasy levels of stuff. It is not particularly primitive. It's standard fantasy levels of tech here.
Got it.
Where are all the tourists going?
Yeah. Are we the only tourists?
They're, you can't really tell. It's hard to tell what people are tourists and what people are here on business. But
you can always tell.
Well, I would say the reason there aren't a lot of tourists. This place is not huge for tourism. Because, it's a giant tower full of bugs and most people don't want to go there on vacation. But the people, the non-natives, a lot of them are, going into various shops. Some of them are going down, other tunnels. They don't seem to be going in a specific way. Most people here are on business and are probably going to whatever specific business they have. I should also remind you, this plot point seemed to get abandoned 30 seconds after it happened. SG can now understand the language, so you have a communication point now if you would like to talk.
I'm sorry, I'm just laughing because Goodbit, the businessman, wants to go on vacation to a place where really only business people go.
It's not a tourist destination. It's a bug hive.
It's Disney World. Huh?
Yeah. People go here on business.
Do you understand just how much money and currency and product travels through these tunnels every day?
That is a good point. That is kind of in character.
It's incredible.
You're a nerd. Anyway, I can just ask Bug where I can find.
Take this with as much insult as you want. You're the most boring man I have ever met.
Hey, we all got our hobbies.
How do I not ask sketchily? How do I not ask sketchily? Where is the source of all of your power?
Just ask somebody how to go down.
Oh, I just find the nearest.
Let's walk up to the first random person we find and be like, "Hey, how do we go down?"
Like, excuse. I just go up to the nearest hive mind group and say, "Excuse me, I am new here. This is my first time. Me and my associate are trying to go down, but we don't know how to get down."
So the you go up to one of the barons. This time the baron in question, for whatever reason, again, it's just personal preference, speaks to you with the queen mouth. Kind of leans over and goes etc. But SG can understand it. He goes, "How far down are you looking to go?"
All the way down.
The soldiers quickly start marching again, very quickly, carrying the queen off.
Excuse me.
What the fuck did you say?
Not so fast.
No, they leave.
What I think,
the drones like jog away.
where are they running away?
I would just like to mention that both me and Goodbid did not hear what she said. All we heard was SG walk over, then move, and then them respond, her respond back, and then the bugs dip.
Yep.
That is it.
Yep.
We're just
All I asked was, how do I get down? They asked how far down, and I said all the way, and then they ran away from me. I feel like maybe there might be big monster down there that they are afraid of. I mean, it didn't seem like they wanted to protect anything, because they didn't try to kill me for trying to get down there. So it just might be something they don't want to see.
Do I still have that rope that we used to fly to the tower last season?
I mean, if you can get you have rope. You have access to rope.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Even if you don't have the specific one, you can. There's a main street. You can get a rope.
I have a really dumb fucking idea. As this
What did
entire
they
thing
say?
I want to
happened-
point out one thing really quick here. Just this is maybe coming to play here. I don't these guys are not hostile to you right now. I did prepare a fight map in like a main street city just in case. So.
You know us so
Just
well.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
in case.
My bad idea does not involve murder yet.
Good. I
So-
didn't like that last word. Hold on. I said good before you finished the sentence.
All right. So what I'm doing is, as SG is explaining this, I'm taking the rope out and tying one end of the rope to stick. And I'm like, okay, you guys are going to have to either keep up or
Oh no.
just, stay here and I'll be back real quick. And I tie the other end around my waist. And I grab Stick and I
Love
say,
that.
Stick, go to the bottom floor. And then I let go.
Glebe, what are you doing? Glebe?
I need you to roll
Holy cow.
sleight of hand for your knot tying skills.
Oh, shit.
Ooh.
Oh no.
That would be a nat 20.
Oh god. That's bad, Panda. That's bad. I was really hoping you were gonna get low. Okay.
As soon as he says that, though,
Uh,
Goodman does cast fly
Here's
on
what
himself,
happened.
preparing to...
So, well, no. That's the stick levitates out of your hand, floats a little bit farther into the air, turns vertical, and just power slams directly into the dirt. Since you got a nat 20 on your roll, what happens here is Stick is going. Glib, standing there, suddenly gets whipped into the ground and just wham! Directly faceplant, like you're taking damage from that. Just
Ooh.
power
brother.
slams as hard into the
Oh,
ground.
brother.
Take 8 damage. 8 damage from just
fuck.
slamming face first into the dirt. Because you are much
Jesus.
bigger than Stick, radius-wise, and Stick does not have that much power, you are now, like, fully pinned to the ground as Stick is slowly, like, full force trying to drag you under.
Oh my god, Glib.
Oh, damn! Oh, Jesus!
The stick.
So Stick eventually does let up as you shout muffled things at it and floats back up out of the little hole that it made.
Can I grab it and just go, okay. I'll admit that wasn't well thought out. Set plan B. Take me to the bottom floor safely.
Okay. At this point, Stick, still kind of like uncomfortably fast, starts, just zooming off in a direction.
I can handle that.
You're not like dying, but you are just kind of like thunk, 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 just like getting bounced around the ground behind as Stick zooms along.
It's like
Stick,
Drax in Guardians 2, where he's just...
Yes, actually, I was literally just about to say it's exactly that. Stick is like weaving its way through the residence, but you are on a rope attached to it, so you're kind of like slamming into things and people and generally causing a scene. Much faster than SG and Goodbid can run, I should note. So, from SG and Goodbid's perspective, you see Glib get face planted into the ground and just take me down safely as he gets raced away, completely out of your vision, just into a tunnel.
You see, when I have bad plan, I talk out loud about bad plan.
You heard what my first bad plan was. I didn't untie myself.
Actually, you were explaining the plan as you were doing it, so it wasn't not really. You know what? Shut up, Glib. You're like so far away. I can't hear you.
No, Glib is
arguing
out
with
of
me
your
as
view
I'm
right now. You have a general
Awesome.
idea of
I
the
guess
That
direction.
kind of look like a horror movie, just into the
Yeah, I
darkness.
guess we just go in the same direction.
So you
Yeah.
you zoom off to where Glib has gone. How do I want to? I wasn't expecting that. How do I want to illustrate this?
Are you splitting the
I'm
party?
not splitting the party, but what I'm
Splitting
gonna
the
say here
party.
is that Glib is getting dragged along at very high speeds, twisting and turning and bouncing off things. Glib does not process what he is seeing as he goes, so I'm going to tell this from what SG and Goodbid are seeing. Does that make as they follow basically the trail of destruction? So
Yes.
It's funny because as Glib was having that idea, I was about to say like maybe we should go somewhere and buy like healing stuff because none of us
you
can
are
heal.
in a city center
Other than
right now.
Goodbid.
You could have done that, but not at the moment.
Not anymore.
So
Never mind.
Always on the move.
So, after Glib races off at stick speed, you guys are able to follow the...
Can I pickpocket people as we run? Just like grabbing stuff off of them as I bump into them.
I mean, you can
Come
roll.
on.
You can roll sleight of hand,
Yeah.
but it's gonna take a high roll for reasons I'll tell you in a bit.
It's a
No,
5.
most of the people in this place are Mora terms, and like they don't wear clothes or armor in the sense that you're used to, so you're not like sure where they keep their stuff because they're just giant bugs.
I need free stuff. What is this place? Oh my
As
god.
you are following, you're able to track Glib both by the general direction that he went, because Stick kind of likes to take the shortest path to things, and also by following the trail of people who have fallen over and people who have picked up their stuff.
Yes.
As you go off, sort of in the distance farther down the line as you go, you just hear frantically, "My cabbages!" And you pass, a dude frantically picking some
Wait,
vegetables
in
off the
common
ground.
or in bug?
In common, because that's the only way the joke works, Panda. Thanks for dissecting my bit. So you follow that. Eventually, you see the trail kind of go into a smaller chamber. Following it, you see it enters another much smaller tunnel, but then you come out into a sort of what seems to be the equivalent of a side street. It's not directly off, like you enter a tunnel, wind around a bit, and then come into a basically what is a smaller version of the chamber you just came out of. Even worse lighting than previously. And there are, some people milling about, but on this side street, it's much more terms. It seems maybe that this area is like a bit more residential. But again, you see the trail as Glib has rocketed through to the other side. So I'm assuming, unless you want to do anything here, I'm assuming you're still following the trail. Tell me if you want to stop. Okay. So
I actually kind of want to stop.
all right.
I want to ask the nearest person what is down there.
So
goddamn fast.
So yeah, are you actually no? You know what? There aren't barons around. What it seems like is you can see a lot of drones without the queen part of the body, just kind of milling about doing tasks. But there are a couple elites that you can talk to as well. So you go up to one of the elites. I assume you go up to one of the elites, ask, and kind of just get the same curt response that the others gave you. It's just like smaller areas, nothing much beyond.
don't think that's true. Can I do insight on that to see if that's true?
Sure.
Like the nothing much beyond part is what's getting me. It's a 6. God damn it! I'm rolling like
you
shit.
are. You know, this is like the second line that you have heard in Bug. You have no idea how to like read tones of these things.
Okay.
Yeah, the soldier types seem to be very monotone, and also you don't know how they work. So, you continue downwards into a path, and actually here, eventually, as you go down this tunnel, you can very much tell from the architecture that this is getting to be less the city area and more, like I said, residential. So the tunnels are designed more for insectoid use. They are almost entirely dark. In fact, at this point, I would say they are probably entirely dark. So SG is not going to be much help. Goodbid can still see.
I can't see.
However, because they are
follow the sound of my voice.
Because they are far less populated, you eventually do come to a fork. We'll just say left and right, and they curve off a little bit, but you can't immediately see visual signs of which way Glib went.
So is this like a tracking check? Or what?
This is I did not expect this, and I want to see how you guys handle it. I will help if needed, but I don't know.
I would like to look for
impact
scrapes of Glib's body on the ground in any particular direction.
Roll an investigation check.
Carefully listening for my body. Down the fucking hallway or something.
I got a 10.
You know what? 10. Since this is going to be difficult, and that was a valid thing. You don't find scratch marks, but what you do find in this very deep underground, fairly dry desert area, you do find like little patches of like slime, which does not really seem natural, and it also has a distinct blue color.
That's our boy.
That's our guy.
Glib's just leaving little like slime spots as he slams into walls with a little squelching sound.
We're gonna make it to the end, and it's gonna be like Glib take 30 damage. You hit so many.
10d6.
You are currently impaled on like a basket that you hit.
Yeah. So you follow down that tunnel. You can tell that there is a gradient downwards, but you've been going for like a decently long time at this point. You come through a couple more chambers, but once again, the farther deep you go, not only actually roll a. What? You can roll investigation, you can roll perception, you can roll history, whatever's higher. I'll give for this.
Nikhil is in the chat telling me to eat Glib's secretions.
Nikhil,
I was actually gonna be like, I lick the floor to see if I taste
Nikhil,
his poison.
Shut up. Canyon's voice echoes.
What am I rolling investigation
Lick Glib's slime.
Just hear Canyon's voice in the back of your head, slowly telling you.
You
Your
can
intrusive
roll...
thoughts now sound like a cat.
Actually, not investigation. You can roll perception or history, whichever is higher. Both of you, both SG and Goodbid.
And what am I attempting to pursue?
Just do it. Whichever's higher.
27.
Okay.
I'm really shit today. That's only a 12. I have a +9.
I've rolled a 28, a 27, but also 2 nat 1s.
Highs and lows.
Highs and lows.
Nice.
Take back your bad luck.
So, as you're going through these tunnels, Goodbid, and actually, I shouldn't have even let SG roll, because SG can't see anything. I shouldn't have let that happen, but it doesn't matter, because Goodbid was the one that rolled high. Not only are these tunnels definitely obviously becoming more for term use, they are getting less used. As you're going down, you can see that this seems to be built on older sections of the city, which is, kind of obvious from the underground. But there are less and less population. You can barely see any as you get deeper. They don't really seem blocked off, but you can kind of tell they've just been abandoned as the city has grown upwards. Eventually,
right. Okay.
However, you do get to an end of a tunnel. Following Glib's nonsense, you get to this. You get to like a tunnel that has been blocked off by a like membrane of sorts. It seems. Maybe not necessarily, like, it's something that has been purposefully put here by the Morterms to block off this area. It's not particularly thick. It doesn't seem to be defensive.
And it's not dirt.
No, it's not dirt. It is something that was organically placed there. Some, secretion of bug, which I'm sure is a phrase that everyone in chat's going to love.
bug
Yeah.
secretion.
Again, it does not seem like it was here to like. It's kind of an indicator to them. It's like this is the end. It does not seem like a block. However,
Right, do not pass.
the film does have a frog-shaped hole in it.
Just like Looney
Yeah,
Tunes
well, I mean, yeah,
style,
like literally, yes, you can see like it's not like splayed out, but you can tell like you can see a fin. Like this is something that Glib crashed through at high speeds.
Got it.
I've made
I
such
mean-
a bad decision.
we can't ditch him, so I guess crawl through the hole. Keep going.
So yeah, you kind of claw away at the membrane and continue onwards. You actually do go through much of the same stuff. You can get to this, these structures that have been made at this point again, completely unlit, completely abandoned. This is a much older section that has no use whatsoever to these beings. Eventually, you get to an open chamber that does not seem carved. It is just a cave. And on the floor in the center of this cave is Stick, kind of just laying on the ground, and a very bruised, very battered, very exhausted-looking Glib, just like in the middle of the floor.
Glib, are you okay? You know, you sounded worse. I think you're okay. He's okay.
You look.
Yeah, no, you are.
Look,
I'm
alright.
gonna be nice and not do too. How much health do you have? Oh, I can see it here. You got 73.
65.
73.
I'm
Yeah.
65
Picks up.
now.
Well, yeah,
20
65 now.
D6.
I'm not gonna be that mean, but I am gonna do. Well, I did roll a d20, 18 damage. That's probably lenient, but you know, you're a frog. You're squishy.
Dang, Cliff.
Can I do a medicine check to try to heal him?
You can do a
bit?
medicine. I mean, you
I
can
can-
try something.
I could just cast Healing Word on him.
Oh yeah, you do that.
Well,
There are bones that
What
are
is this
broken
one?
that I did not know that I had.
so okay, we're definitely gonna have to cast this higher than first level because you look fucked up.
Yeah, he has lost. He has lost
Um,
26 health
let's
to
see.
being battered by Stick, which I do not feel bad about because tying himself to the stick was a horrible idea. I'm just gonna be
I
blunt.
thought it was quite good idea.
Would you
actually.
at least maybe say like slowly, not safely? Maybe
I'm gonna
guide
cast
us
Healing
to.
Word.
Not, yeah, I was
Downwards.
about the word guide rather than the word take
Yes.
would have been better.
Take me. I'm gonna cast Healing Word as a 4th level spell, so it'll be 4d4 plus. Oh my god! Plus my spellcasting ability modifier, which I believe is different now. Plus 3. I'm gonna roll all this.
Please don't roll all
the
ones.
way
That
the
would
spell
suck.
manifests is just, I literally just walk out and be like, "You look like shit," and the magic.
And then he
comes
looks
out.
less like shit.
Fucked. Ooh, these were really good rolls.
Okay.
Okay.
17.
Oh yeah,
Okay,
almost all the stick
okay.
damage has been healed from him. There's like one bruise that's left as a reminder of the incident. So at this point, Glib has been largely healed
Thank
from
you.
his roller coaster stick journey. Looking around, you are in,
Make sure I mark that
a
down.
decently sized chamber, nothing huge. Again, SG, it is literally, you are deep underground. This journey took a bit. Like, this was not a very quick journey.
Right.
Well, it was for one of you. But for the rest of you, it was not a very quick journey. You are pretty deep underground at this point. SG, you cannot see at all unless you do something to allow yourself to see.
Ugh.
Yeah.
I don't even have dark vision. I can't cast dark vision on myself. Do I have literally anything?
I was gonna say, what are the odds Goodbid has like a light source in his briefcase?
I mean, you might have a torch.
Inventory.
That could, if any of you have like an explorer's pack or something. Also, for people in the chat who aren't familiar with D&D, I want to just point out this is not an exception, and I'm sure the Momo and Nathan will agree with this. Panda's not played before this, but like, you guys know, dark vision is so incredibly common in D&D that it's less of a benefit to have it and more a negative to not.
Yeah.
I'm not exaggerating there. Like, that's a running joke in the D&D community is that
Yeah.
it's so incredibly common that it's basically a passive.
Oh
have-
my
I have
gosh,
a-
I have
I'm thinking about
nothing.
dark vision all
Orb.
the time.
Does that light up at all?
What? Wait, is that a spell? What is arcane orb, or is that an item
No,
that you
I just have an orb in my inventory.
Oh,
that says arcane.
That's
focus.
probably your.
So-
Oh, it's your spellcasting focus. You know what?
Yeah. Season 1, I had the cantrip light, and then I ditched it because I never. Oh wait, no, I still have it. I still have light.
Okay.
All right,
Wow.
thank God.
What do you mean? Yeah.
All right, so I cast like light, so now I can see. Well, that's so much better. I forgot I even could do that.
Yeah. So you cast.
But I literally never used this spell.
You cast light. You're in a cave. Again, there's nothing really remarkable about this area that you are in. It's a cave. There are some there are some sort of tunnels branching off of it. You can see a couple, but nothing crazy, and they all seem to be on roughly the same level.
All right, Blob, buddy, you still with us?
Blob appears and just kind of like stares at you. After a moment, goes, "That was really dumb."
Oh, Blob, you're
point me with it.
hilarious.
What more the fucking magic is?
Okay. Blob kind of looks around and then points in a direction towards a wall. Now, there are some tunnels that are in the general direction of that wall, but it does not seem that there is a straight tunnel that is going to the source.
Hey, homeboy, I don't know if your eyes are working like mine are right now. That's a wall.
Blob gives his little squid shrug. That's where it is. I mean, I don't... It's a cave.
Is it
It is
a hollow
no problem.
wall?
SG uses the circle of blasting in the center of that wall.
I mean, okay.
Whoa.
You...
Today's episode.
Entire
No plan. Let's go.
Yeah, really. You guys are just...
I say that and I'm like, oh shit, this could collapse.
Yeah, I was about to
We
say,
are
like,
on
why
the
are you
bottom
setting off
floor of
dynamite
a
in a
spot.
cave?
I completely forgot where we
the
were.
plan for this episode so far has been send it. Like, that's just what this thing is.
Yeah, literally.
Can't
Yeah,
stop,
this
won't
is why
stop.
I play a +0 intelligence.
Okay,
character.
so you fire a big everyone make a dexterity saving throw. It's not going to be a high check, but like she fired a bomb in a cave.
I got a 19.
That's a 9.
Oh, wow.
It's a 9.
Okay, I was gonna make 5 the DC. I was making, like, it's not hard to do, but like
Okay.
SG Blob just kind of like, you know, it's over there. Glib, it's a hollow wall. SG just immediately, without hesitation, fires a fucking laser at it. Just,
Oh, that's fine.
boom! Yeah, it is a wall. I mean, so it explodes into dust and rocks. All of you manage to sort of dug and you'll block the small rock shards. None of you are hit by one of the bigger chunks. It busts a hole in the wall, but like it's now even more apparent that like that is the direct direction, not the direction you need to go.
Shit. SG,
Well,
what the
Blob,
fuck?
you are very adorable, but like you need to be more.
I love that. I just want to
specific.
I do love how everyone always laughs when I swear in this, because I do that sometimes in this. It's not that rare. Anyway,
How many pathways are there?
someone
in
just
this
said
cave?
dynamite with a
Now
laser
3.
beam. That SG is now the killer queen. But there's in the general direction that Blob pointed, there were like 2. There's kind of like, they're not, you know, it's not in the dead center, but there are 2 that might go in the right way. I also want everyone to roll perception really quick.
Okay.
Now I can see, so my perception should be better. Yes.
16.
All right, that's a
Dirty 20? So Dirty 20 is actually the only one that was a moment after this explosion, from another tunnel somewhere off vaguely behind you, you hear
Translated.
Behind us.
behind you. It also
Oh,
I didn't
that's what-
I
that's
didn't really
what
hold
the
on. Let
voice
me redo that. I'd made that too similar to the other bugs because it's kind of hard to differentiate that sound. It's deeper. I'm going to be winging this, but it's more something like no, that's worse. I don't know how to do bug noises. I'm just going to go
Do I not understand?
No, this is different sounding. It's similar, but it is not It sounds more like an
And
animal
only
than
SG
language.
hears
Let's
this?
say that.
Both of us look at SG like, well,
I have no idea what that thing said.
damn it, Jared.
And that came from where we just came from.
I should say not actually where you just came from. Just like there are branching tunnels off here. You couldn't tell which one it came from.
Right.
You can't. It might have come from where you were, but it's somewhere. It's not forward. That's all I can really tell you from the kind of echoing sound in the cave.
And does only SG hear this, or
It's far off, so yes, at the moment only SG hears this.
okay? Okay.
I'm
So, good news, bad news. Good news, I don't have any. Bad news, I heard some kind of creature I thought was the more terms that I can understand, but then I didn't understand what they said,
Again,
so it's not the more
it
terms.
did sound more animalistic than, because it's not like the chittering that sounds like
Yes.
words. It's
I don't know what that creature is, but it is behind us.
You're saying you heard a creature behind us?
This is correct.
I've seen this movie before. And just take off.
wait. Which one are you going? Which tunnel are you running down? You can't just say take off. There's two.
The right one.
Okay, so Good Bid books it down one of the tunnels.
Gone.
I still like to think I'm sitting on the ground because I just kind of leaned up after getting here.
I grab Glib and I'm just like, let's go, we got to go.
What? I know there's an animal back
Drag
there.
Glib,
Uh,
and I go down the same tunnel.
roll just a flat dexterity check to book it down like just a pretty uncarved like rocky cave tunnel.
Why do I suck so bad today?
actually,
Don't
you know
suck
what?
as much as me. I got another nat one.
Good Bid books it down the tunnel, and like the second he gets to the mouth of the tunnel, just trips over a rock and face plants immediately.
Damn.
I got a 5, so do I trip over his body?
Sure. You trip over. Actually, you know what? Glib, also make a dexterity check with disadvantage.
I love we're sitting in this tunnel and he just goes, I've seen this movie, and runs away, and then distantly we just hear, damn!
It's just thwack.
Damn! And that's it.
Yeah, Glib, you need to make a dex check with disadvantage. Yeah.
Alright, so I got.
Suits
Oh,
all
I'm
dirty.
probably not.
Oh my god.
We suck so bad today. Oh my god.
Bitch! Oh god, I hate that you said with disadvantage. The lower
That is
one was
unfortunate.
5.
What was the higher
The
one?
highest one. A nat 20.
Oh yeah, dang.
God damn it.
You were gonna do a cool flip if you made it, but yeah, SG. So, Good Bid runs off. You hear kind of thwack. Damn. SG's like, Good Bid, I'm coming. Trips over Good Bid's body while carrying Glib,
Shit.
and just kind of like chunks Glib, who then face plants also.
You just baby threw me to the ground.
Account of a fool. I'm putting in my comic request for the episode, please.
Oh wait, the Count of the Fool, the one that does all of the cool comic.
That's what I
things?
just said. Yeah.
I love
Yeah.
them.
No, those.
I love them
Oh,
so much.
This is my screensaver. The
We
Bill
all.
one.
Actually, Account of a Fool. If you ever make
So
a
funny.
portfolio of those, please. Actually, please make a portfolio of those, and I will
Yes.
put in like a link that
Yeah.
we can put in the chat so that people who are new can like go back and read the backlog of them because they're great. Anyway, I don't know if they're even here, but
so
I know they'll
funny.
watch the episode. So whenever you get to this, regardless.
That's hilarious.
Regardless, I want everybody to make a perception check again. Oh, they're here. Cool. Okay.
Let's see.
Someone says yakety sax
Much
plays. Yeah,
better.
basically.
24.
I need to stop sucking. That's a 7. All right, digital dice. I gotta give you a break.
Physical dice time.
We're on a break.
Physical dice supremacy.
That's gonna be a 9.
That's not
Okay,
gonna be
so
great.
as
Oh my god, I suck.
Goodbid
so
is the
bad.
first one to sort of pick himself up off the ground because he fell first. And you hear the chittering sound that SG heard, presumably louder than it was a bit ago.
Is it louder as in it's getting closer from behind us, or louder because we're running towards
Closer
it?
from behind.
Okay. That's all I'm
Yeah, I mean, you get a sense you were running and you fell and they got closer while you were picking yourself up. That kind of thing.
No time to waste. Pick yourselves up, gang. I'm on the move again.
Okay, so we are now entering what is the first sort of like more classic dungeon crawler that we've had in this this season. So I need to know, these are small tunnels, by the way. What order are you walking in?
Well,
okay, Goodbid's in front.
Yeah.
Regrettably.
I would like to think that as he's running, he just steps on my head again because I got thrown to the ground.
If you would like to make that happen, sure.
I'm getting up, and as I'm getting up, just
yep.
and just face into the fucking
Let's
ground
move, gang.
I don't know if I rolled a 5. What did you roll, Glib?
A 9.
Okay, so you get up before I step on your head.
Yeah, I'm like, motherfucker, man.
God.
So,
his long, lanky
so in that
legs.
case, is it Goodbid, Glib, SG?
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah,
So as you guys are going along, Goodbid, I need you to make a perception check.
Okay.
The one person who can't see is in the back.
Oh no, I have.
Yeah,
light
no,
now,
oh
so
yeah,
I'm good.
you do have light at the moment, but again, it's a small tunnel and she is in the back.
I got a 13.
A 13. Make a dexterity save with advantage.
Okay. That is really bad rolls, but I have good dex. 12.
Okay, I'll give that to you. You are able to sort of barely stop yourself as the floor of this tunnel very quickly drops away into a much larger pit.
Whoa!
And actually,
Do we have to make a dex
I was gonna
check
say,
if we
yeah,
stop in
you two
time?
make a dex check to see if you stop in time.
Both of us.
I mean,
Oh,
well, okay,
God.
here's what I'll do. Glib,
All
Glib,
right.
do yours first. Glib, do yours first, because this is in order.
Can I give them the help action by any means?
I was gonna make it a low DC, because you did.
Okay.
You caught it in enough time that the DC is low. So
Yeah.
That's gonna be a 6, bud.
a 6 is not great. Goodbid, make another.
So
That's
darn
a 5.
Make an okay,
A
yeah,
5.
definitely make another dex save. Goodbid.
Great. Am I making dex save? Okay. Yeah, I see what's up. A dex
Yeah.
save?
I'll get
I got a
a
9.
9. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you start tipping forward into the pit.
Just whoa!
Yeah, basically.
I start tipping forward.
I mean,
into the
yeah,
pit.
Glib ran into you.
You're in front.
Great.
And then SG
And
ran
yeah,
into
and that
Glib,
was the
so
thing.
we're all three going over the edge.
Can I sticky hand
Um,
like his back since I have like the ability to stick to stuff?
You can dexterity check.
Spider-Man hand
dexterity
his
check
back
for that.
and then-
Sure.
All right.
But Glib, I'm coming
Hey,
up behind you.
one
I'm
problem at a
pushing you over.
time.
That's gonna be an 8.
An 8. Okay.
Then this.
No.
Did I try and like?
No, that was I'm assuming that you guys are walking in pretty close formation, especially since you just bumped into him. So I'll give you that.
Yeah.
Because that was also clever.
so-
Using your wall crawling ability for that was clever. So you are able to sort of pull. So the situation right now is that Goodbid is like full tilt, leaning over into this chasm. Glib has his hand stuck to his back, and then SG bumps into both of them. So I'm gonna need Glib to make another dex check.
Just Glib or me?
Just
and
Glib for now, because you're like,
That's another 8.
oh my.
Oh
my
my
God.
god.
SG, make a. This is the incredible
Fucking
series
fuck.
of dex saves.
Holy shit.
All right, I'm going with physical dice you guys love so much. Let's go. That is. All right, that's a 21.
21 is good. Okay.
Amazing.
You manage to grab onto the back of Glib's cloak, and pull him.
Great.
I need you to make a strength check now, actually, to see how easily you can pull them back.
I mean, that's so easy. I just have a -1 to strength.
Amazing.
All right. Should I do physical dice or digital dice this time?
Physical dice. You got a 21 with
Yeah.
physical dice.
All right, let's
You've been
go.
consistently fucking
Remember, I got
up
a
with it.
-1 to this. That's a 9.
That's a 9. I'll give. Okay. You don't drop them, but you are not able to pull them up. And so the situation right now is that SG is the only thing suspending you guys from falling into this pit. What are you doing?
Pull me up, 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 pull me up!
I can't. You're too heavy. Oh my god.
I am 3 feet tall and have hollow bones. I don't believe you.
Do frogs have hollow
You're
bones?
dense,
Is that a
okay?
thing?
I don't know. I'm making shit up
Okay.
as I go. I'm fucking panicked. I'm gonna die.
I just cast fly
Okay,
on myself.
okay.
And
So
float.
Goodbid casts fly on himself and is able to, sort of float push you guys back up the tunnel.
I turn around like, can't we get ourselves together? There is a creepy monster.
Say something.
Dude, how
before you
close
stop,
is it now?
motherfucker.
Roll a perception check.
I don't actually like bugs. I just think this place is cool. It's business.
And now you're in
Wait,
the
wait.
cave part of it.
17.
are
Okay,
you
that's
rolling?
a 16 for perception.
Okay.
How much was that?
I got a
Yeah.
14.
All of you hear the this is actually Glib's first time hearing it, but you hear the chittering sound once again louder. My camera just unfocused. There we go. Once again louder.
Okay.
There's a chance that this creature is friendly.
What the fuck was that?
We are with Glib. This thing isn't friendly. There's no way. With his luck.
I'm not about this shit. Can I look down the pit and see if I'm gonna die if I crawl down it?
You look down the pit. It seems like it's a pretty big chasm. You can climb walls, so you can probably climb down the wall where you stick.
I'm gonna be like,
Can
well,
I, like-
when I hear the ground, I'm like, well, see ya.
I
and
will
then
say-
skitter down the fucking wall.
It doesn't look as much like this is like a continuous tunnel. It looks like this is a dead end, but there is a monster on the other side. So, see,
Right.
you have a choice to make.
Can I fly around and see if there's like a tunnel on the other side of the pit, or if it just goes down? Or...
Goodbid can fly right now. Goodbid, you're able to scout it pretty
Yes.
effectively because you also have dark vision. This seems to be, a natural cave, a large natural pit. There is no tunnel extending out of it. It does, if you fell down, it would probably hurt. It might not necessarily kill you. It's not that deep. Kind of depends on how lucky you are and if you hit your head or not. You can go down to the
Right.
bottom, but it's just kind of like a sloping pit. There's nothing of note there.
Great.
Okay.
Love that. How? I'll come
Sorry.
back up to the edge of the pit. How far away have we ran through this pit? Can I gauge?
Down
that?
this tunnel that you were booking. I mean, you were booking it kind of fast because you heard a monster. You've probably gone,
Yeah.
easily at least 100 feet.
Okay.
So not an incredibly long ways, but it's what is dark vision? 60 feet. You can't see the entrance of the tunnel anymore. And that kind of fades away in the
Right.
darkness.
Oh.
I'm still over the edge of the pit, but I'm just going to hear from inside the pit. Stick, because we booked it before I could get him. So just Stick flies down the tunnel real quick.
I'm really tempted to make SG roll a dexterity to dodge Stick and not get knocked into the pit as well, but I don't want to have to go through more dex saves, so we'll say that she makes it. Stick zooms in.
I was gonna stand up there and wait for the creature to pass because there is a chance that it is friendly.
Okay, so you're just...
Oh, this is.
I'm standing my
news.
ground.
All right, you are standing your ground. Glib is chilling in the pit, and Goodbid is flying on the
I'm
outside of it.
hovering. I'm hovering over the
I'm-
center of the pit, sitting on Stick, just waiting.
And I am. Yeah, kind of. I'll be right by Glib. Me and Glib just floating in the middle of the pit, watching SG stand off against this.
Come and get
monster.
it.
You got it.
So, as you guys are just kind of waiting, SG being the first one,
It's totally friendly.
SG being the first one to see this, you see out of the darkness at the end of the pit, actually not one singular monster, but kind of crawling along the bottom and the walls and ceiling of the tunnel are several ankegs. Don't know if you know what those are. It's an actual D&D thing. I will get a
The stakes have been
I will
made.
get a picture for
Hold
the
it in
audience.
hand.
Hold on. I'll pull a picture up of them on stream really quick. Hold on.
Please do.
Also, what's the hotkey for our Spotify thing?
It's just
Is it
Spotify.
like
It's exclamation point
Spotify.
exclamation point Spotify.
It didn't work.
It didn't. It should. It did work. It worked. Yeah.
Oh, it did. It's just small. Okay.
Yeah. It's just the.
slow, sorry.
Okay. Let me get this picture of these things up. Image.
You know what? Some calls have been bad. Some calls have not been good calls.
You know, there are worse calls.
Notoriously bad at making
As
calls.
they're skittering towards you, you hear from the center of the pit. You still
There
think
we
you
go.
can talk to them?
These things.
They look
These things.
friendly.
They are also like they are I believe medium creatures. So they're not.
Oh,
They are not
God.
small. Let me actually check. I
Oh,
might.
Oh
Are
no.
they as big as Glib?
I'm
Are these, like,
check.
3
Oh,
foot
they're
tall?
actually. Never mind. I was wrong. They're large. Yeah.
Large?
So they're
Oh,
taking like
fuck,
these
fuck.
are taking up the entirety of the tunnel as a couple of them.
Oh.
Crawl
Would
forward.
you consider these things beasts?
Yeah, sure. I would. Technically, they're monstrosities, but screw it. They're bugs. I'm using them as bugs. So.
I'm quickly, as whatever Momo's doing, I'm using the other end of the rope that was tied to Stick to quickly try and fashion a lasso to try and get her off of the edge of the cliff.
Roll a sleight of hand check to see how well you can make a lasso, which you've never done before.
I also have a question. How wide is the
The tunnel is probably the tunnel's not huge because this is a very small, cave. It's probably
Right.
like 5 feet diameter. 5 feet. It's taller than it is wide because you're walking through. But like the width is 5 feet. The height is
Right.
maybe like 7. It's not big. So one of these things
Got
is
it.
one is taking up the whole tunnel as it kind of crawls through. You can kind of see glimpses of at least one more behind it, but you don't know how many there are because it's taking up the whole thing.
I would like to just fly in front of SG and cast lightning bolt straight down the
Cool.
tunnel.
Okay. What is that? Look.
That is 5 foot wide, 100-foot line, and it'll be a dexterity saving throw of DC
Cool.
15.
And I'm going to give them disadvantage on it because they're taking up the whole of this very small tunnel that you're blasting, pretty much the whole diameter of. So.
Yeah.
Okay. It's actually a 1. And you know what? Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm rolling these a bunch of times. I'm rolling them more times than there are monsters, so you can't tell how many there are. That's what's going on here. Okay.
This will hopefully be very effective.
Yeah, this seems like I dropped my die. Go ahead and roll damage. Not gonna tell you how many you hit because again, I'm not telling you how many there are. Also, what's the
That's
range
fine.
for my? No.
100
Right, okay.
foot.
Okay, so down the whole thing. Gotcha.
As
And,
he's doing this, when he flew off, can I fly in and try and toss the rope to SG to be like,
Okay.
you need to
I was
fucking
really worried
move?
when you said, as he's shooting lightning bolts, I'm going to fly in, but you're going behind him. So, okay, cool.
I'm
Yes,
going behind him. I'm using him as
We're
cover so I
tracking.
can
We're on
try
the
and
same
save
page.
people here.
Yeah.
Like, it's just good going, Glib. You're right. We need lasso to ride. We need reins to ride creature.
Get on the
And I
fucking
grab
stick!
the rope, and as I throw it to lasso one of these creatures, I cast.
Okay, wait,
Dominate.
hold on. The lightning bolt is definitely happening before you do that. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
because that's fast. So,
I mean,
That
so
is-
after Glib, I grab the rope.
That is 18 damage on a failed save and 9 on a successful.
okay, so this bolt just rips through the tunnel, lighting up the entire thing. And also, for note, the sound of a very nearby lightning strike goes off in an enclosed cave. The boom is
So it echoes.
incredibly loud as it just echoes through, ripping through these things, not like killing them, but you see the one in front at least, like one of its big frontal limbs is just blown clean off, kind of like green blood splattering the walls as it screeches horribly. And they all very quickly start backing off down the tunnel, just horrified, less even by the damage and more by the sonic boom that you unleashed, which may have repercussions later.
Don't mess with good bit, baby!
All of us just have very slight tinnitus right now. Just-
Oh, 100%, yes.
we can
You just
see
see
good
in
bid.
silence.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
That's not gonna read at all through this for the Spotify.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, it's pretty good. The
Not
audio
at
is
all.
just. Do we even tell? Yeah. I mean, Spotify. You can probably
Jumping
guess
around.
what happened, but like, no. We need to remember that we do have an audio only version now. I'm so glad we made the temporary healing Ross jokes right after we started doing that. Anyway, that's the tunnel is now rapidly clearing of Ankegs.
Oh,
Cool.
do I not get to lasso one now?
Oh, they're booking
What?
it. They're booking it. Yeah.
God damn
What?
it.
What?
I think you're
killed
killing
them.
my vibe.
What?
Why didn't you? They ran away.
What?
You're killing my. Actually, I'm psychic. I just say in their minds, you're killing my vibe.
Oh, well. They were gonna definitely eat you, so... You're welcome, Psycho.
So this
Don't
was-
know that. I could have had one as a pet. Everyone is against me having a companion, and I do not understand why.
Real
You
quick.
have that freaky little moss monster in your fucking shirt.
Time
Fuck
for
off.
the
You
time for the
keep
DM
him.
to interject
Oh
here.
shit! I forgot about Kermit. Oh,
Time for the
Kermit.
DM to interject here.
No.
Everyone make a perception check with disadvantage because you can't hear.
Got it.
Damn it.
Cool.
I also love that
That
sense...
isn't that one.
God damn it, dude. As,
That's
Okay,
my
not
third
one.
nat one.
as we're all standing here talking, we're all doing it psychically,
15.
so I'm imagining we're like gesturing, but...
Yeah.
Because we
Yeah.
still can't hear.
I heard 15. That was with disadvantage.
Hold on.
Oh, with
You
disadvantage.
can't. Yeah, you can't.
Probably,
You can't
probably
hear.
not.
So with disadvantage.
That's a 6.
Okay.
That's gonna be a 15
15 with disadvantage. Again, I'm gonna.
with disadvantage.
Okay. So SG. Good bit. Glib.
Everybody get on stick right now. Everybody get on stick
What?
right
I'm
fucking
still
now.
going
I'm
on?
good. I'm good. I'm good. I'm still flying.
SG,
I guess I get on stick.
I grab the front of stick and go float like immediately.
Oh, and I should say that is coming from the direction that, you know, not the pit. It is coming from where the bugs went.
All right, stick starts floating, and then we float out over the center of the pits to just kind of
But
watch.
we know this pit's a dead end. So
We
it's
do.
like, ooh.
But if we trap it in the pit, we can run past it.
This is true.
That's the goal. If we can get it to run into the pits, it's no longer in the tunnel.
How wide is
Oh,
this
oh.
pit?
The pit is.
Can I minor? I want a minor illusion. Like, what is something bugs eat? I'm gonna minor illusion a glib, floating on a stick.
Wow.
Like right below us.
I'm
Wow.
actively saving.
What's something Bugsy? Looks at party member.
Like, so it makes it look like the floor is there, and then glib is like standing on the
Okay.
floor.
I'm currently in the process of making sure you don't fucking die. I am-
No, this is going to
So
work. Okay?
the pit that you guys are in, by the way, you know, it's kind of hard to judge. It's an underground pit, and also I don't have a size for it on hand. It's probably like 30. The diameter, let's say like 30 feet. It's not a perfect like sphere. It's a weird natural cave formation. If you need any other numbers, you know, let me know. But again, I don't have them all super detailed. Anyway, after a moment of waiting,
Yeah.
you notice the cave walls shake.
By the way, we're up on the ceiling. Like we're
Yeah.
yeah, like
Yeah,
high as
you
we can
you
go.
see the cave walls just.
Interesting.
is it not coming? Glib, make some glib noises so it will come and try to get your illusion.
I got a better idea. Hey, Blob. Can you scout to see if it's here?
Blob looks horrified, but does what you ask. You see Blob kind of like float down into the tunnel and like very slowly and nervously kind of enters it. A couple seconds pass. Ah!
It's definitely coming. It's definitely coming.
This is no, not coming, not coming.
You want to
Did it block the
elaborate?
tunnel so we can't
Too big
escape?
to fit.
Too big to
Too
fit,
big
he
to fit.
said.
We look
Did
like
we
Riff
just
Raff.
get
Are
trapped?
we trapped? Bob, are we trapped? Tell me we're not fucking trapped down here.
Wait!
Goodbit is never
dimension door.
trapped, but you guys might be trapped. I can dimension door.
You
I can
son of
only
a
bring one
bitch.
person with me.
Oh no!
So, you know,
One
draw
at a
straws.
time.
We're in a
Yeah.
pit. I don't know if we can draw straws.
We're above a bit.
In a pit.
Yeah.
You're in a cave.
I
pit
can
thing.
get us back to the room we were in, which seemingly the monster is in, based on Blob.
Blob kind of nods.
But only 2 of us. So, you know, those are our options.
If the
Please,
first
please,
party
I
death
have a
is by
plan.
triage,
Please, I have
I
a
am
plan.
going to. I don't even know what I'm gonna do.
I don't
Seems
like. I
only
don't
two
like
of us
the
get
take
outta
glib.
here.
I have a plan.
Chat-
What is the plan?
Keel in chat says take
The
Blob.
plan is good plan.
What's the plan?
Don't worry about
The
this.
funny
I'm
thing is
worrying
that since Blob is your detector, if you're going mission critical, the answer is Blob.
Is take Blob.
This is true.
Will, my plan is can you cast polymorph on yourself? It doesn't say you can't.
I
That's an
don't
excellent
know. Let me.
Because I'm a shapeshifter, but I think I can only shapeshift into others.
I don't know why you wouldn't be able to, but let me.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just
'Cause as
want to
a change,
remind
I think I
you.
can only
Oh
change
yeah,
into,
it says
like,
a shapeshifter automatically succeeds the saving throw. It
I mean, I can
it's
choose to fail.
well, no.
it,
The thing
for
is, it
sure.
specifically says an unwilling creature must make a Wisdom saving throw, which to me implies that a willing creature doesn't have to. So I'm gonna say yes. I don't know why you wouldn't be able to. It says a creature within range that you can see.
So Blob told us that the creature is what's blocking our exit, right? It's not necessarily debris.
Blob continues elaborating that when he went down the tunnel, he saw like a glowing cluster of red eyes just like peeking into the tunnel.
It.
And that was it.
Okay.
Got it. So I could do like a really baller use of magic. First, I'd have to land, because I can't have 2 concentration spells going. But I could go Greater Invisible and then Dimension Door in, or just regular invisible for that matter. But again, only me or
Chat
another.
says time for the
Nikhil just.
time for the black hole bag of holding plan.
Yeah.
No, Nikhil actually pointed
Time
something
You
out.
guys have-
Wait a minute.
Fast
Hold
frog.
on. Hold up. We've done this before.
Yeah, you have. I was.
Can I just go in your briefcase and you take SG?
Since
Oh,
Glib
yeah.
does not need to breathe. Yes, this is an option.
You can do this.
Okay. Do we want to just do that instead of risking it on transmogrifying the giant fucking Godzilla at the end of the
Hell
the
yeah.
tunnel?
It is really
Okay,
funny to me that like
Sick.
you guys have fought gods and you're faced with one large bug and are like, this is it, I guess.
Well, no, we fall apart.
Guess we're gonna die.
I need to.
You see,
what I'm
we
taking
fought-
away from this
we
is I
fought
need to make you
gods
guys
in a
take.
giant.
You need to fight more regular monsters, is what I'm learning here from this. So
Essentially, maybe.
We
Okay.
fought gods in a giant open area, like a giant.
that's true. This is
dimension of
this
light.
is the like I said. This is the first like dungeon crawler scenario you guys have been in. So
This is true. And I like to keep my distance. So here's what we'll do. Goodman flies back over to the pit's edge and lands. And I assume everybody else follows. So what we can, I just open the briefcase on the ground, like home sweet home.
Hop straight in again. Again, it's the office, so I'm just standing around.
yeah, it's
and
the office.
The
For
back
people who
room.
did not see season
uncomfortably
1,
yellow and weird.
since this has no effect on the actual scenario of anything, we did determine that the inside of Goodbid's bag of holding briefcase does inexplicably look like the set of The Office.
Yes.
Which, by the way, none of the technology in there I would understand what it is.
No,
It would just be weird
I
alien
also
things
sort of
in front
imagine Goodbid himself has never seen it. That is something
Oh,
that I'm gonna,
right.
I canonize a lot of things that I sometimes reference later, like Capri Sun, that are bits. This one will not be explained. This is a pure bit that has no lore. I'm just gonna say that before people ask.
There's just
Got
an
it.
office space inside of this
I am not
briefcase.
going to do any sort of meta multiverse nonsense related to this office briefcase. This is a bit, plain and simple.
So you can't actually cast greater invisibility on yourself and another. So it's just regular invisibility cast at a 3rd level. So me and SG can both be invisible.
Are you
So
not
do
going to
that.
use the door? Are you not going to use your teleporter
Yeah.
door?
Oh no, we are, but we're also going to be invisible.
Okay.
This is insurance. And then Goodbid places a hand on the invisible back of SG. And do I need to cast this at any higher level spell? No. I will say, because I don't know how big this creature is, I'm going to go, because I can dimension door to any place that I can visualize or whatever. I'm just going to go to the far wall as far as I can go. It's up to 500 feet. But in case this creature is just ginormous, if you were to teleport into an already occupied space, you and any creature traveling with you each take 4d6 damage.
Oh.
As well as the creature that you teleport to.
You said 4d6 damage?
4d6 damage.
And you were saying, you know what? There was an exit tunnel, right? Like you could, I'm gonna say if you said the far wall as far as you can go, you're in like the mouth of the exit tunnel.
Okay.
And when you teleport to the entrance of this tunnel, once again, the far tunnel, like near the membrane that Glib flew through.
Yeah.
You see this thing. And I put it in stream
boy.
for anyone. It seems like the things that you fought a bit ago, but much bigger.
My God.
And it is kind of looking through the tunnel where you came in, and every so often it just slams one of its giant claws against the wall, which presumably is what's causing the shaking that you felt. You can also see a couple of the smaller but still quite large onkegs kind of skittering around it.
Oh no, it's babies.
I see the error of our plans.
Good thing they cannot see us, eh?
Do we just leave? Or
Good thing we are speaking psychically and not out
Yeah,
loud, in which case they
I
cannot hear
figured
us.
you were. You guys make dumb decisions, but I don't think you make decisions that dumb. Well, you did blow up the thing that attracted them that fast in the first place. Anyway.
so psychically to SG, I want to ask if we want to ask for Blob to come out again and like GodForce scan this thing, or if this is just a bug.
SG would be like, can I just whisper into the briefcase? Oh shit, I can't speak or else they're gonna hear me.
Also, we probably are still deaf. We let off lightning
lightning was
5 minutes ago.
I was about to say the lightning was 5 minutes like at most. So you still
Right.
are going to
We go
have
back
disadvantage on like audio-based perception checks and things like that.
If we go back upstairs and ask for bug repellent, it's going to sound racist.
This is true. I don't think they'd like that.
I don't think
I'd
It's just,
say
hey, we need some help
just-
killing some bugs. All the bugs look at each other awkwardly.
No, we
what?
need like actual bug things that are scary and big creatures that are not people-esque, but actual just animals. And I don't mean that in.
The frog goes to ask the bugs, "Hey, I need to kill some bugs. Do you have anything to kill?"
Like, we cannot ask.
I
I
think
don't
No,
think
not
we can
like
take-
you bugs, like animal bugs. You know, because bugs are animals. Bugs, right?
this is like
Like,
Goofy and Pluto, you know.
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly.
Anyways,
Not
we need to kill someone's big ass dog. Can you give us some?
I think that was a great time to get out of here.
I think we
Uh-huh.
gotta call it a. I think this is our first L.
First true L.
This is our first true
Hey,
L. This is our first running away.
Retreating is a tactical
You guys
maneuver.
are just leaving?
We're running away. It's a tactical retreat.
Tactical retreat.
Mostly because I
can't-
feel very bad about killing this mother and children.
I mean, yeah, yeah, we try to tactically retreat. I think that's just the best option. That thing is freaky.
I don't have talk with animals, unfortunately, because I'm not a ranger. I feel like SG should just take.
I'll go ahead and give like a DM hint here. Like it's actually no, I won't roll nature, everybody.
Nature, except Glib, right?
Included, yeah. I'm
gonna say Glib can roll nature as well.
Ooh,
yeah. He won't be able to communicate anything he learned, but you'll get why.
I got a dirty 20.
All right.
That would be a 3.
Okay, Glib has no idea what's going on. But good bid. I will say this, like, this thing does not seem particularly intelligent. It seems like an animal. Like, it might leave. If you don't know how to deal with it, it will still be, like, in play, but it's not going to sit there and block the tunnel forever.
I don't even know how it got here.
Yeah.
And yeah. That is also a mystery at the moment, but...
Well, while we wait...
Just sit here and wait. Wait, how long does... I got invisibility up to an hour.
You're just gonna sit there. On that note, that's the perfect time for a bathroom break, which is entirely in canon as they sit there and wait for the Onkeg Queen to leave. So I'm gonna throw us to the pause screen real quick. I'm gonna go take a bathroom break, and we'll be back in a minute. Good. As this is 100% canon as the bug sits there. So I will see everybody in just a second. Oh, I forgot I have to turn my sound down. Haha, you guys don't get to listen to me talk as I'm on the pause screen. And we're back. Now, as I was telling Momo over the break, I want to say, you guys, like, you survived that encounter. That wasn't necessarily something that you had to kill. If you attracted the Ankeg Queen, like, sneaking around it was a viable option that I had in my mind of a way to get around it. So, after a bit, you see the Ankeg Queen kind of make another roaring sound and slowly lumber its way down a tunnel that notably was not there before. It seems it burrowed a new tunnel. Like whatever big noise you created with the lightning bolt was enough to like put everybody on high alert that like this thing just kind of barreled through.
Amazing.
But notably, you do see not all of them leave. Some of the, again, smaller relative ones remain. Seem to be kind of patrolling the area as if the hive is a bit more on high alert now.
Are we still invisible?
Yeah, let's say this was only like a 10-minute, you know, you only waited like 5 to 10 minutes for this thing to leave. It wasn't like you were sitting there for an hour.
I guess we can either go after the big one, or we can go down the other path we didn't do
Blob
before.
appears and goes, "Why would you go after the big one?"
I don't know.
I like clamp a hand over Blob's mouth, like, shut up. They'll hear you. You're very cute. But you
So I assume
Come
all
on,
the
man.
creatures are between
Actually, wait, I was
us
about.
and-
Never mind. Blob can't appear because Glib's still in the box. Glib's in the
Oh,
briefcase.
right.
Forget that.
Yeah.
Forget that.
That didn't happen.
That was funny, but it
I
didn't
do want to
happen.
make canon that while they were waiting, SG was just asking good bit advice on how to talk to Mercury.
Noted.
Oh my gosh.
um,
So I imagine all the creatures are between us and the
They
next
are.
path.
They are not in a singular. They're not like standing guard. There are just. There are
Right,
more
'cause
of them.
it's like
You know, it's an anthill that's been kicked. You know, there are several of them milling around at this point, just kind of looking for threats.
I guess we just try to walk past
Yeah.
without bumping
I
into
will
any
need
of
a
them.
stealth roll from SG and Goodbid.
and that's not a
the
problem.
advantage?
Sit here.
Oh yeah, with it
Because
with
we're
advantage
invisible?
because invisible. I'll give. I always forget how
Okay.
I handle better if I lower the DC or whatever. But
I don't think in
it
canon
it doesn't give a canon advantage, which is so dumb. So yes, you can do it with advantage, and I'll note it.
That was a 24 to 23, so
Okay.
Good for you.
Uh-oh.
I got a 12.
12 with advantage. Okay. SG's fine. I'm gonna add, what order are you walking in again, just for note?
I figured we were walking like literally next to each other.
Next to each other.
Yeah,
Okay.
side by side. In case we need to, because that's how we teleported in. Was just
One of as you're walking, you hear a skittering sound from behind you of one sort of approaching. It does not seem to like outright see you, but it heard something and it is now kind of in high alert, looking towards you as it kind of slowly creeps forward.
I feel like we would keep pressing on because it can't see
Yeah.
us, and if we stand still, it'll run
Just
into us.
Stealth
Just
check again.
trust. Just trust that we'll do good.
25.
Then. Uh-oh.
There's no fucking way, dude.
Good bit.
Oh,
Don't do this to
no.
me.
I just rolled
no.
2 nat
You're
ones.
kidding.
How? How is that even
Boom,
possible?
boom, boom.
This is like my second- Oh my god!
All right, hold on. Let me get some.
Silvery barbs. Can I silvery barbs that?
What is? Remind me what that does.
Okay, so let me go to my spell list again.
Well, yeah. Let's see what it does first.
So silvery barb as a reaction. Oh shit! I don't think.
As this is going
Okay.
on, someone also in chat also says, "Is there a canon depiction of Blob other than squid with bat wings? Because I had canon him as a vampire squid with the wings." Yeah, that makes total sense. I never said
I don't think I
specific
can silvery
species,
barb
so yes,
it.
I like that.
Oh my.
Because it wasn't an
God.
attack, I can't silvery barb it.
That is.
Okay, let's see. I'm trying to think how this thing. This thing also has tremor sense, by the way, which is how they're seeing
Lovely.
you.
Surely we can just sneak past them.
Good bit. I'm
Obviously.
gonna need you to make
Cut.
actually. Well, no, you're walking next to each other. Both of you make a dex save.
That was with those combined. That's like my 7th nat 1 on this episode. Dex save.
I think.
Can we
I
name
think
this episode not good business?
I was gonna say good bid regrets his choices, but yeah, not good businesses.
Bad
business. Yeah, bad business is what this episode has to be titled. That's the official title. Is bad business.
18 for the dex.
18 for the dex save. All right, Momo.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Okay, you both do pass. Which is, and actually you passed enough with the since you're both still invisible. I'm kind of modifying this attack a little bit, but passing by enough number. This thing kind of looks in your direction and pauses for a second, and then like rears its head back and just spits acid all over the tunnel wall, like inches away from Goodbid's face.
I'm like trying not to like scream. You can't see me, but it's just acid burning behind me. Oh my god.
Good bid. Do
And then
not
we
fuck
keep
this up.
moving.
Yeah,
Maybe
stealth.
try
You're gonna
firing
need
yourself a little
stealth.
bit.
You're gonna need a stealth check again. I assume if you're leaving, I don't know exactly what you're doing, but I'm assuming that's the plan.
We are done with these dice.
All right, that is
God.
another 25.
Dang. All right.
17.
Okay.
All right. Oh well.
Shit, my heart actually sank.
You're lucky that when it comes to checks like this, I have the sort of set roll of players win ties. So the Anke, like as you're like tiptoeing away, the thing like leans like horror movie style, leans into you, gets its mandibles like a centimeter from its face, and just goes, and then slowly backs off and goes back to where it was patrolling originally.
Keeps on shifting.
Remember
back.
at the beginning of this episode when I said content warning for bugs? I did mean what I said about content warning for bugs.
Holy shit,
I love that
man.
Glib's in the briefcase because
Glib
this
has
is also something
no idea
not
what's going
cool
on.
with Panda.
Nothing. Nothing at all.
Oh my
Are
god.
we not there
Okay.
yet?
No, okay, so you do. I'm gonna have you guys make another stealth check to like proceed down the tunnel. You have gotten away from this one, but the hive is still on alert. So
Okay.
Right.
That was a nat 20.
okay.
And I got a
Okay,
21.
both of you are taking no chances on this. You guys very carefully, slowly, like looking at I'm also assuming, and I didn't really. Momo, you've been lucky that you're rolling so high because I also assume you're not using your light cantrip right now.
Right.
So I probably should have been
giving.
giving you disadvantage on this, but since that's something that I didn't think of, and you've been rolling really high.
I like to think of it that like I'm with Goodbid,
Yeah,
so I'm like
yeah.
hand on his shoulder.
Someone said anyone else
Right.
picturing the scene from Alien. That is kind of what I was going for, so I'm glad someone picked up on that. But yeah, you guys managed to very slowly, very carefully tiptoe your way down the tunnel. I should also know, like, thinking about SG has not seen any of this. Like, SG has no idea what Goodbid is going because she can't see an inch in front of her face.
Right.
Goodbid has seen all of this in excruciating detail. Eventually,
I know too much.
Eventually, the tunnel actually starts to widen again. And you can tell, not only are well, again, when I say you, this is in reference to Goodbid, not only do you, after a while, not pass any more Ankegs, you can see that the structure of this tunnel, it seems more structured. It seems like you're re-entering an area that was built intentionally.
Nice.
Yeah.
We keep it pushing, I
I
guess.
just pointed out in chat that we have never once stealthed with people, but we have stealth with bugs.
Yeah.
Hey man, you don't mess around
Like I
with
said,
bugs.
you guys have fought gods. The second I throw a large bug at you, the fear that went through the party.
Like, nobody move.
But yeah, so you guys slowly make your way down to this tunnel, and you come to, it widens out, and you come to what seems like a door. At least not like a door, but a slab of rock that is definitely, carved. And inside it, inset within it, are carvings. Now, if you'll give me a second here. All right.
Do we let Glib out of the briefcase?
At this point, I'll go. It seems safe enough to let Glib out of the briefcase. Again, you have not seen Onkegs for a minute, and this is an area that does not seem to be as much within their domain. Now, players, I would like you to turn your attention to our chat as I am sending something to you.
Oh no! Oh no!
And audience, don't worry. I'm just going to make sure this message goes through. There we go. And then I will pull this up. Inset into the door is this.
Oh shit!
I told you guys.
The player knows what this is.
I made carvings. I was doing this today. I made a carving of what you guys see.
Momo the player knows what this is. SG does not.
SG just.
I mean, Nathan the player can piece together what some of this is.
I'll shrink it. I'm gonna leave it on screen, but I'll shrink it down.
Probably see this and just casually. The fuck is that? I'm assuming we're deep in. I already know we're deep in.
Oh, I should also say SG. Are you casting light again or?
Yes.
Okay, so yeah, SG casts light, illuminating this strange carving.
As I would assume, Glib would assume, since we're deep in caverns, that this is just old cave shit. This is just.
I mean, it is old.
I don't know how these fucking bugs. I don't know how these bugs talk. Maybe this is just how they write. So I'm like, okay.
Can I make some kind of check to understand what I'm looking
at?
Yeah,
you can make you can do a history. You can do an insight.
I got it.
Okay.
Glib looks over at SG and is like, "Can you read that?" Just
and also, this is another thing where I made this myself intentionally. So you, as the players, can maybe get some knowledge and new information by looking at what is conveyed within this thing. Like, this is a puzzle. I'm gonna say this is not me saying like lore that I'll drop on you. Parts of this are a puzzle.
Gotcha.
The highs and lows of Dungeons and Dragons. I got a 28.
So okay, I'll kind of describe again what this is. I'll sort of. I'm going to give you basic information because this is a carving I threw together a couple hours ago. You can see along the bottom, these appear to be very crude, very ancient. This is a very old structure. The figures along the bottom do seem to resemble primitive drawings of Moriterms. You can see the mandibles on their faces and the multiple arms. Whatever they are doing, it seems, though you're not familiar with this Moriterm culture, especially since it's ancient, they seem to be worshipping in some sense. They are, praising in reverence of whatever this strange set of symbols is. You can also note, though you have no idea what it says, the strange line in the center does seem to be some sort of script or text. That's all you can make out of it.
Interesting.
Oh, I'm trying to. I know what the symbol means. I don't know what your.
And this is on a
word
door.
This is on a door. Yes.
Can we open the door?
You can try.
I would like to try to open the door.
You sort of push the door and try with all your might to get it open. It does not budge.
Interesting.
Can I run my hand over the?
I was just thinking that, yeah.
The different symbols to see if any of them give, or if there's anything that happens when I touch them.
Good bit. You said you were trying to do that as well, and you both said it at the same time.
I was going to, but
who's doing it first?
Glib
okay, Glib's doing it first.
Glib said it first.
Describe me the exact motion that you're doing.
I'm going to put my finger on the black circle first, and then running it over each of the circles to try and see if any of them have a pressure in them.
Touching your finger to the blacked out circle, you do immediately feel, though it's kind of faint, some sort of magical energy go through your body. Though rotating around the others in that main, circle, nothing.
Okay. There's something with that blacked out one. There's something there. Can I'm just gonna lay my hand on it again. I'm gonna touch it again.
I'm also gonna say this just as like what you guys would know, because I know Momo knows some more about this. You guys have a general Momo. You can share general information from the Canyon episode that Canyon would have communicated.
So
assume not huge details, because I don't think Canyon would have said a lot, but you can share general information about the structure of this.
I think Canyon did
also,
mention...
chat, by the way, people in chat are wanting to put in their guesses. I'm going to say, players, don't look at chat for a bit. Chat, if you want to guess, go nuts. I want to see what you guys are thinking, because I want to see if you guys figure out my puzzle.
I saw chat, but I already had the same idea.
Yeah, you already
had.
The people who don't know...
I know the answer, but my character doesn't know the answer.
The people who don't know. So Panda and Nathan, avoid chat, because I want to see them guess.
Okay.
So Canyon, when he was saying about becoming God, he said there was like dial thing. He went on and went to many different worlds. He
did say that.
Yes, well, you probably weren't paying attention because you were, I don't know, maybe flirting with my boyfriend. I mean, what? You said that?
We get you want to fuck the boat. What about it? Continue.
Yeah, so there's dial with many places, different worlds, I guess. Kenyon mentioned something about going to water and almost dying there. Try to become God, but was already God, I guess. I don't know. He was a weirdo. But it looks like this might be same dial. Although I don't know what the two big orbs to the sides are. But if I had to guess, probably chaos and order, since those were the two things that we are most familiar with. And they seem to be a big deal. I don't know.
So this is reference to some kind of transportation device.
If not the transportation device, it's reference to the realms that exist in it, and these bug creatures worship a very specific one. Which one it is, I don't know.
Can you read that text under it?
I will.
Can SG?
Since you have been given some knowledge of the language by Jared, I will let you make a history check for it. But what I will also tell you in this note is this is an old version. This is like an archaic version of this text.
It would be like if we read Old English.
Yes, so you can maybe get something on a good roll.
All right, I'm using your physical dice since you guys are so serious about it being so great.
Gotta love physical dice.
Nat one.
Oh my God.
You don't.
God damn it.
That's actually.
Nathan,
I think
you had to say something. You cursed it, man.
SG, you realize. Oh, that's not. One of the bugs must have like scratched at it.
Yes, one of the. I don't think it
that's
actually
not
means
that's
anything.
not text.
It's not. Oh. It's not word.
Also, SG, I'm gonna say, if you remember what things were where, Canyon might have said, I would say, because there is some logic of the order of them.
Well, maybe this is like sort of like, I don't know, compass. So if you know where one important thing is, you know where the other things are. So I remember he said he started off in chaos, which was all the way to the left. So I'm guessing that is a big circle maybe, or around big circle area, which means opposite of chaos is order, which would be big right. But what would be kind of similar, what would be in between order and chaos? On either end.
I don't know if Goodbid knows this, but Nathan has a memory of saying that Canyon had to pass through water to get to us world. So if he was in chaos, surely right next to that would be water, and then right next to that would be us. If I'm remembering,
it was
correctly.
not Canyon. Canyon did not pass. Canyon did not pass through.
Or was that Raelius?
Raelius was going to a different plane. I will not say which, though it probably might have been said. And he passed through water.
Can I call out Blob?
And he came from chaos.
No.
Blob can help with something, yeah.
At least from that we know water's next to chaos.
I call out Blob and just like, hey man. You know what the fuck we're looking at here?
Immediately floats up to the thing. and he kind of stares at it for a second. He goes, it's. I mean, I heard what you guys were saying. It's definitely the realms. I don't know, because he sort of he points. He starts sort of at chaos, like you guys were talking about. And he goes, I remember, it's chaos, and then it's water, and then it's
Okay,
and
thank
then
you so much
and then
for your
it's
help.
death.
So,
I'm sorry. What?
Uh-huh.
What?
Yeah.
Chaos, water, death.
Because Raylius was going with the skull to death and went through water.
Okay.
you know what? This is all making so much sense that these weird bugs worship death.
Hold
I
on.
was honestly gonna be like, in the kill still in the chat, I messaged Canyon. I sent it Canyon.
Can I ask? He pointed at which circle was which, right? Chaos, water, and
let
death.
me. So yes, I can't like ping them, but I'm trying to think of the left. So in the center ring, he was pointing only at the center ring. Leftmost or westmost circle, basically in the center ring, chaos. Below that, water. Bottom, death.
Okay, so if we're going off of assuming that opposites are in the circle, right? Which is all just educated guesses here. The eastmost would be order, because chaos, water, and death are the 3 on the bottom left. Order would be all the way to the right. Life would be all the way to the top, and fire would be that middle one in between life and order.
So bottom one is death.
Bottom one's death. Left one is chaos. The one in between those two is water. And I'm guessing on the other side, rightmost is order, top is life, and then the one in between those is fire. That is the assumption I'm going off of. And then there's 2 that we don't know in between death and order and chaos.
Isn't it like
and life.
earth and sky?
No, it has to be.
Didn't we know that?
If the one to the left of death is the water realm, then the one directly opposite of that has to be victory/desert, because it was so hot there.
Right. Well, yeah, it was the victory fire realm, because that's why I couldn't enter it.
Right. So we don't know what the topmost one is.
We don't
We think
know.
that's life.
We're decently sure it's life if we're going to go off of opposites.
Remember, I would
Okay.
also
Hold
say,
on,
remember, you do have Mercury is the god of air, so
Right.
in some capacity,
Yeah,
air.
yeah,
So
yeah.
presumably, air is also one of these.
So air and maybe I'm pulling too much from other source material, but I swear we knew earth was one.
The 4 basic elements are a good guess. I'll tell you that for 4 of them.
Okay. We have 2 open ones, and they're in between order and death and chaos and life.
Well, I think the most important thing here is death. And we do have dead person on team. So dead person, you want to bleed into that hole?
Bleed into it?
That was out of left field.
I mean, like, we need to open the door, and it's not exactly a fill in the blank quiz.
All right.
Interesting.
I have a bunch of
I
daggers.
almost canonized Scantrons.
I have multiple daggers in my pouch, so I just pull one out and just cut my fingertip and put my finger back up to the circle again.
So yes, you put your finger. I'll say as you get close to it, you can feel the energy almost like kind of stretch out to like reach your finger. Are you touching it?
All right. Yeah, I'm full dedicating. I'm like that. Weird tingle. It tried to get me, but let's keep going.
So as you touch it, and the door slowly kind of raises up with a very loud rumbling sound, and it kind of folds into the ceiling, of a tunnel beyond it. And now the tunnel beyond it is also fairly long. So, it's longer than 60 feet, so you can't see where it ends. But the door is open. I will also say if you want to analyze it more, all you have to do is look up. It is still there for you to look at, but it is open now.
I'm going to lean over to SJ and be like, good guess.
Yeah, and that was not me just making it. Like, if you interacted it with something death-related, it would work. So...
Yeah. I'll look up and try to read.
You got a nat 1 on trying to read it. You can't read it.
Oh, never mind.
No, yeah, you already did that.
You are 100% convinced those are
bug
scratches.
That's not text.
Don't look up. Don't give it any mind.
I would say I would have given you another one because now you kind of have like a hint in that it's death related. But no, you got a nat 1. You don't know what that is. Maybe write it down for somebody else.
Okay. Looking forward into the cavern in front of us. Is it just dark?
It's another.
Like,
it's
what
not
do
a
we
cavern
see?
yet. It's another tunnel. Definitely, I should say one that is 100% like structured, intentionally built, more elaborate than previously. There are like carvings along the walls. Nothing that you can really pierce together. More of the same stuff. Bugs.
Does it feel
worshiping?
Does it
some
feel
sort
kind of
of
like
thing.
the temples?
Yes,
Does it feel like the temples we've been in?
temple. It is like a temple of some sort for sure. But again, it is a long tunnel. It eventually kind of fades into darkness that you cannot see past.
Okay. I can see through the eyes of my familiar. Can I be like, hey, Blob, can you scout ahead a little bit, fly high?
What's the range that you can scout on? But yes. Hold on, you just Skype message me. Oh, Nathan's tracking the. Yes. Okay.
Yes.
I will.
Smart.
I'm gonna tell you this, Nathan, and Nathan has tracked. I'm not gonna pull this up in chat because he said everything. You are on the right track with everything that you have so far. No, with the knowledge that you have prior, everything that you have right now is correct, and the questions that you have posed are the unknown things. I would also. Did you add text? A text question mark is another thing that you don't know the answer to.
Oh, yeah.
But yes.
A GM question as a player.
Mm-hmm.
As a player that played last week's episode specifically, did these big circles have to do with last week's episode?
In an abstract sense, yes, not in the way you're thinking. I mean, all the lore, like here's all the lore is connected. It is part of one cohesive thing. Let me put it this way. Last week's thing, not required viewing. So take that as you will. Take that it is a teaser for something that is to come, but don't look at last week and think of it as any sort of hint for this.
I mean, like, is this, like, once this season's over, would we rewatch this and freak out like, oh my god, that was a clue?
Yes, definitely. This is a big. I told you that each little side quest will reveal hints about the world. Mm-hmm. This symbol, this diagram, contains one of the really big hints. And I'll let you guys mull that over. And again, I will also say, you guys can take as long as you want here in storyline. So if you guys think about this as the session goes, and then in 20 minutes are like, wait, what about this? We can revisit it and go back. Because this is a lore puzzle for the season. So you can revisit this at any time that you want. Yeah. Anyway. Blob
I'm having a serious time finding my ability to see through its eyes. I know I have it.
I think it's 100 feet. But I could be wrong. But we can just operate off of 100 feet for now.
We'll go with that because I still can't find it. So
yeah. So as you, I guess the tunnel's pretty long. So like, are you also walking down the tunnel, but with Blob 100 feet ahead?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm giving us a good little breathing room.
So you guys,
I can summon Blob back again. If he dies, I can just kind of.
That is also true. Blob can be resurrected pretty easily. So. Blob, of course, you guys are 100 feet behind. Dark vision is 60 feet. So Blob is seeing this before any of you, and therefore, basically what I'm about to describe, I am describing kind of just to Glib. No one else is able to see this. So, as you guys are walking with Blob floating ahead, sort of as your guide, I'm going to take away this this puzzle thing for now. Nope, not the bug. There we go. The tunnel quickly widens out into a massive cavern. Interestingly, this cavern is actually somehow kind of well lit. Not through fires, but there's some sort of like glowing crystal, fungus, something. It's very high up. You can't really tell what. But it is illuminating this cavern. And the first, kind of notion that you have is that this is sort of like a dragon's hoard. Think of something, sort of like Smaug from Lord of the Rings, where there's just piles and piles of this kind of shiny material. But upon closer inspection, the piles are not any sort of gold or treasure. They're corpses, stacked thousands, if not millions high. The exoskeletons of so many Moriterms just piled on top of each other in these gigantic monuments. And in the center
The second
of this...
we see that, I'm stopped, by the way.
In the center of this chamber is a giant, seemingly like obsidian monolith of basically just like a black sort of blob. Nothing really notable about it except for a singular gigantic arm outstretched over the piles. And this thing is stories tall, like 3 or 4 stories at least.
Like a human arm?
A humanoid arm.
Humanoid, sorry.
It might not
like
be...
a structure.
It is a statue.
Like
it is a statue. It is like a big black void with a black humanoid arm out of it. And actually, upon closer inspection, the arm kind of also has traits similar to that of the Moriterms, more than a human. It is kind of a buggish humanoid arm.
And do we
I'm the
see a
only
throne?
one who saw that.
Oh,
Do
no.
we see a throne?
Only glimpses exist. There is no throne that you can see immediately. It is this statue and a sort of bridge that goes across to the center of the statue. Just piles of corpses.
I'm assuming that it's the same thing as the statue of Victory was in the other city, but at the same time, as soon as I saw that, I just stop immediately and I'm like, okay, you guys are gonna need to prep for what we're about to walk into.
You hear faint whimpering from Blob down the tunnel.
Yeah, I'll call Blob back. I've seen what I need to.
Blob very quickly comes back.
Comes back and I'm like, all right. So there's corpses in the other room. A lot.
Nice.
A lot of corpses in the other room. I need you to not freak out. However, I'm decently sure that the thing in the middle is kind of like the statue of Victory at the other place, okay? We're going to roll with that. I couldn't activate the other one because I am connected to the water god and it was connected to fire, so I couldn't do that. I am dead, so I think I can activate this one. So I'm going to walk up and I'm going to put my hand to it and I'm going to try and activate it. We all good with this plan?
I am good with it. Are you good with it, Goodbeard?
I'm good with it. I don't want
Okay.
to touch it.
Don't freak out when you see the number of dead people, because it's quite a few dead people, okay?
I've seen quite a few dead people in my line of business.
You have never seen this many dead people, and I can promise you that no matter how old or long-lived or how many people you've killed, you've never seen this many dead people.
All right.
All right.
Okay. Can you cast your light thing for us, SG?
Cast light.
All right, and then we walk that 100 feet.
You walk the 100 feet, and SG and Goodbid sort of perceive this whatever it is for the first time.
Do we take psychic damage from what we see?
You do not take psych. I mean, it's a pile of several massive mounds, like stories high, of dead insects. If you would like to take damage, you can, but I'm not going to make you.
I'm not going to take damage willingly.
Yeah. It's not. There's no psychic magic here. It's just a lot of dead bugs.
It's just a very terrifying location.
Yeesh.
Also, I want everybody to roll insight on the statue. See if you can get a little clue on the design of it.
21.
Okay.
That's going to be a 10.
10.
Probably going to be like a 4. That was a 7.
It's close. Okay, so Goodbit is the only one who kind of processes this. But again, the statue is sort of a strange obsidian monolith with an arm reaching out of it. But from the structure, it doesn't look like it is a statue of like a being that is just a weird blob. It seems to be a statue of something like reaching out from some sort of portal or something, as if the arm is only like part of this thing. It is not, the form of what they were trying to depict is not a blob with an arm. It is like they are depicting something reaching out of a portal in some sense.
Got it.
I feel
Okay.
like Goodbeard is one of those people that like on vacation go to museums and can explain this stuff.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Can I walk up to the base of where the arm is, like the blob, and just put my hand to it and try and activate it the same way I tried to activate the statue?
You can touch the statue. For the record, again, this thing is several stories tall. It's much bigger than the Vasilius
Right.
one, and the arm is like you can't reach the arm, but you can go and touch the statue. Before that happens, just where are SG and Goodbit? Are you with him here?
Fuck.
Not
That's
beside
never a
him.
good question.
Not beside him. Nope.
Okay.
Far away.
So far, regardless, here's where things are going to get a little funky, right?
No.
The second Glib touches the statue, all of your visions go dark. Here's the thing. You guys are going to get some visions here. As I'm giving you all your visions, the other people in the party have to mute.
Oh my god.
I'm telling you all your visions individually.
All right.
So I'm gonna do SG first. We'll do SG first. So
Okay.
Glib, Goodbid, you guys mute your audio. I will like frantically wave when it's time, and no, I might gesture with my hands. I will do something very big and obvious when it is time to return.
All right.
Chat,
Okay.
obviously try not to like spoil what is saying, but just in case, guys, don't look at chat regardless. So give me a thumbs up when you're ready. I'm good. Okay, everybody's muted. So
I'm hiding chat.
So yeah.
Okay.
SG, you see Glib reach out and touch this statue. The second he touches it, everything goes dark for a brief second. And when your vision sort of returns, you are standing in a desert. Just a blank, empty desert.
Well, back here again.
After
Fuck.
a moment, the same black hand that you saw out of the statue reaches out from the sky. Just like, it doesn't seem like, it just kind of like dips into your field of view and touches the earth. And when it touches the earth, kind of raises its finger up. And from this swirl of sand that is raised along with its finger, it sort of shapes itself into a vague humanoid before turning into an earlier form, but a form that is recognizable as a Moriturn, as it was just created out of the sand itself. And then, very quickly, this Moriturn, you see it start to age very rapidly before crumbling to dust in front of you. And out of the dust of this Moriturn, two rise before, again, rapidly aging and crumbling to dust. And then two more rise out of the ashes of each of those, becoming four, before the cycle continues until they become 8, and then 16, 32, etc., until there are just tons of these things. And eventually, all of them crumble at once into just absolute nothingness. And out of the sky, you hear a booming voice say, "In my image you shall pass on." Before suddenly your vision goes black again, and when it returns, you are standing somewhere completely different. You are in this gray wasteland of sand, dark starless sky above, Glib and Goodbid next to you, looking equally confused as to what just happened.
I don't like this,
Now,
Matt.
I'm gonna wave everybody. It's time to return, everybody. Yeah, Nathan just left. Okay, everyone back?
Everyone's back.
All right, now it's
I don't like
now it's
this.
Goodbid's turn.
Oh, good.
On silent again.
Yeah. Okay. So thumbs up when you're on silent. I'm gonna assume that. Okay, headphones are off. We're good. Okay, so Goodbid, your vision goes dark, and when it returns, you are standing in a desert, just a blank, empty desert with nothing on the horizon. After a moment, out of the sky, out of your field of view, the same black hand descends and touches a finger to the sand before lifting it up, causing a kind of swirl of sand to follow in its wake. And after a moment, this swirl of sand forms into a different, sort of older, but still recognizable as a Moriturn. And as you look at this Moriturn, after a moment, it starts to age incredibly rapidly and crumbles into dust. And from this dust, two Moriturns arise, before after a moment, they also crumble into dust, and from each of them, two more arise, before the cycle continues going with the 2 becoming 4, 4 becoming 8, 8 becoming 16, 32, 64, etc. Until there's basically an army of them standing in front of you. Before eventually they all crumble to dust at once, and out of the sky you hear a booming voice say, "In my image you shall pass on." And then your vision goes dark once again. And you are standing in a gray wasteland. Another desert, but this desert is made of gray sand with a dark sky or starless sky above. Next to you are SG and Glib, looking equally confused. And yeah, on that note, your vision is completed. Let me summon everybody back.
Okay.
All right. Everyone ready? It's Glib's turn.
I'm back.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Glib's turn to go. Muted.
Okay.
I'm assuming everybody's muted. I'll give it, I'm going to assume. So, Glib, when you touch the statue, your vision goes dark. And you find yourself in a desert, a blank desert with nothing on the horizon.
Terrifying.
After a moment, out of the sky, out of your field of view, a black hand descends downwards, and it touches the sand and lifts its finger up, with a swirl of sand kind of coming up in its wake. And after a moment, this sand begins to form into a recognizable shape, sort of an early ancient version, but something that is recognizable as a Moraterm. And after a moment, this Moraterm begins to age and crumble into dust. And eventually, after a moment of this, 2 Moraterms rise from its corpse. And then they, too, crumble into dust, before 2 rise up from each of them, turning into 4. And then they once again crumble, turning into 8, and then 16, 32, etc., until there's basically an army of them in front of you. And then, after a moment of this, they all crumble at once. And you hear out of the sky a booming voice say, "In my image you shall pass on." And then your vision goes dark again, and you look around to find that somehow you have been transported back to Gadayama, the streets of Gadayama, not the place that you were in, not the weird temple, but it seems to be back on, the populated streets of the Upper Spire, with SG and Goodbid standing next to you, looking equally confused.
Okay.
All right. Everyone's had their visions. You may speak amongst yourselves. Oh, wait, Nathan's not back yet. Nathan, get over here. Nathan! He's too good at not paying attention.
There you go.
All right, everybody has had their visions. Everyone's had their visions. You may talk amongst yourselves.
All right. Did we all see the same thing?
I don't know.
I saw, a desert.
Did you... All right, what happened in the desert?
This creepy hand touched the sand, and then bugs came out and died and multiplied, and then I was in a gray desert with you guys.
Same thing happened to me.
I'm
still shaking. My accent went away.
all of that happened, but I didn't end up in a different desert. It was just that, and then a voice said something, and now we're here.
Oh yeah, the creepy sky voice said, "In my image, you will pass on."
Yeah.
I did not want to be passed on in his image. I would like to go in my own image.
Okay. So we all saw the same thing.
You didn't end up in a gray desert with us?
No. I ended up here with you. How were we here?
It was like I had a vision in a vision.
It does not seem like this place is for us, Glib. This place might be... Maybe because
you didn't see it either?
No, I saw the same thing that Goodbeard saw.
So I'm the only one who didn't see that thing.
Is it because you already have God energy among you, or is it because this place is for you? I mean, you are the only one able to open the door.
Fuck. I do want to ask, is there just all 3 of us just freaking out in the middle of the street right now?
Yeah.
Just great. Awesome.
Wait, are we not in the
you're all
same
next to each other.
room?
Oh, okay. In the same cave.
Cave still.
No, you SG, you see the sand, the gray, nothingness, like I said.
Oh wait, we can't see what Glib is seeing.
Holy shit! Wait a minute.
So we're still in the
We're
gray
in the
desert.
gray desert. I don't know what you're talking about.
I look around.
Look around,
I look
man.
around and I'm like, I'm in Gadayama right now.
Well, we're not in
I'm in the
Gadayama. I
streets
don't know
of
where we
Gadayama.
are.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Can as someone's passing by, I'm gonna reach out and touch them and see if my hand.
Your
touches
hand
them.
goes right through.
Fuck. Shit, guys, I think it might
Is
be a
Glib
ghost.
not next to us?
No, Glib's next to you. You just saw him
You
like
can
wave
see
his
me.
hand out.
We're in the.
Glib,
Wait.
I think you might be astral projecting. Do I slap
I-
him?
You
Yeah.
slap Glib.
Okay, so
Are
I
you
get
back here
slapped.
with us now?
I'm looking around. I'm assuming I'm still in the city.
Yeah, you see, you know, the wall. It's not the same, the exact same place you were in, but like the structures are the same. You can
Right.
see people milling around.
Would we know of a gray desert that actually exists,
You've
or is
never
this
heard
just
of
like
this
a
before.
totally weird place?
Also, is it a gray desert with like a
Cool.
normal sky over it? Is it just
You
a
have
normal place?
You see, you
when
see the
you
ci-
said,
yeah, you see
"Oh
the
right,
city.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I can't
No,
possibly know."
Glib's in the city.
Is it like a gray desert with a normal sky?
Yeah, it's black, you know, gray sand, nothing, just black. If you've seen Moon Knight, kind of like that. The duat from there.
Okay,
Got it.
gotcha.
I mean,
So-
it's not pleasant here.
All right. Well, now I'm walking around. Do I still is Blob? All right. So I'm gonna call Blob out.
Blob manifests.
All right. Where are you?
I've never been here before. Some sort of desert, maybe.
Damn it! Okay, I'm the only one who can see
Bob
this
scritches.
shit. All right. Can I roll perception, see if I see anything around now that
Yeah.
I'm in the middle of I'm in the middle of the city. Have I been to this area of the city before?
You have not been to this specific area. You can just tell it's the same because the architecture is the same and the residents seem to be largely the same. Though, yeah, roll perception. Roll perception.
That's gonna be an 8.
An 8, yeah. This is very confusing. You're not really
Blob,
sure what's
not
going
Blob.
on.
Glib, look for a throne somewhere.
I'm in a city. I'm in a city street. I don't know what you
Okay.
mean. Look for a throne.
Ask someone if there's a throne. Like, put some thought into it. Come on.
I don't know if you realize, and I stick my hand out and run through like 4 more people. I'm like, I'm not actually fucking here.
So
This
what
is-
again? What SG and Goodbid see is Glib just kind of
Yeah.
goes at nothing.
Yeah, in my own vision, I'm swiping my hand through like 4 people as
Yeah.
they're walking by. Like,
Yeah.
there's nothing here. I can't touch anything. They don't react to me. Wait a minute. Is there any like carts or anything near me? Is there things that are not people around me?
Yeah.
Okay, can I reach out and see if I can touch that?
You can touch the non-organic things here, basically.
Okay, great. So like I see like a basket and I grab the basket and I pick it up. I'm like, ah! Okay, I can touch things. Things. I can't touch people. I can't interact with people, but I can touch things around here.
Glib, where's the nearest building for you?
You can point
Matt?
to it. Yeah. You're in the street. You can
Alright.
point to it.
Okay. Over there. I can see it.
Glib just runs in that direction. Let me know when I pass through.
You just slam headlong
I
into
run
an
into
invisible
a-
wall.
Ooh,
Interesting.
So I'm the only one
Ah,
who can.
damn!
Okay, great. So you just hit a building. I think I might be the only one who can see the things around here.
I don't know what's reality anymore.
Okay.
My nose hurts.
Blob.
wait, so does... Oh shit, I don't have fairy fire or anything. So,
Bob, can you tell me which direction the GodForce energy is in now?
It's kind of everywhere.
Fuck.
well, that is not what I wanted to hear you say, Blob. I'm going to be honest.
So looking around even more, I'm just trying to piece together.
Are we dead?
God, I fucking hope not. This might just.
This would suck.
Oh, come on,
We
Spills.
were in an ancient part of the city. I don't recognize this place. Can I roll like a history check to feel like if I'm in a past version of the city now, or if, okay? That's 15.
15. You're not super familiar with the architecture of this space. This is the first time that you've been to this city, but you could make an argument that, yeah, the architecture of this place does definitely look older. Not like weathered older, like, designed
It was
older.
made older.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. It's like if I saw a building that was designed in the 80s right now, where I was
yeah, it's not weathered.
Right.
It's yeah, exactly.
Gotcha. So I'm like looking around. I'm like, guys, I don't think I'm seeing right now. I think that's why I can't interact with people. I don't think this is the current moment. I think I might be seeing the past.
You time travel? Time travel.
Some more of this time travel stuff?
I don't fucking know. I can see things and it looks old. What do you want from me here?
Time travel is the only reason why I exist, so I believe it. I will have kind of weird feelings if Glib time traveled and has some reason why I exist, because that would be very weird.
Glibs are dead.
Seeing as I'm from the
Dad.
I'm looking at the past right now, so I don't know. Okay,
Glib,
so
I thought...
do you remember the markings that we saw on the door? I thought they were claw marks, but maybe it is entirely possible I was incorrect, and they might be actual words meaning something.
I can
do you
remember those,
them?
Yes, I remember them.
Try drawing them in the sand or something, and see if
I don't know if I remember them that good.
Stops.
Can I?
Well, okay, I'm gonna say again, since I said you can basically do that, but I'll say one of you wrote them down because I know Nathan was taking notes of everything, so I'm gonna assume that Goodbid also wrote them down.
Yeah.
Okay. Though I'm actually gonna say when Goodbid takes it out to look at it, somehow, just by looking, you look at them, and intuitively you know that the text says, "In my image you shall pass on."
I like that.
Can y'all read this too?
Everyone can read it. Everyone knows what it says.
Do I need to?
Great.
Do I need to become one of them?
Into one of these things.
One of okay, you shapeshift into a more a term. You're a termite. No, nothing really changes for you.
I really hoped it would work.
Okay.
This is upsetting because I thought we were in reality and Glib was hallucinating, and now I just ran into an invisible building.
All right. Can I look around and see if there's any notable buildings, like something that looks important?
Yeah. Looking around, you see at sort of you don't really see another building, but you can see well, actually not a ton. Yeah, no, I lied. You can see a larger structure at sort of the end of the street that you're in.
Can we just conga line towards that?
I was gonna reach my hand out behind me and be like, guys, hold on to me, and I'm gonna get us there without hitting shit.
Glib,
cool.
Roll a perception check as you do this.
That's a 19.
19? As you are looking at this and as you're moving along, none of the denizens of wherever, whatever this is, acknowledge you. You're fully capable of passing through them. If you happen to lead SG and Goodbid through them, they pass through as well. Again, not disturbing them, no acknowledgement whatsoever. But as you're kind of looking around at the city, you see in a dark alleyway, basically, a black cloaked figure that is just dead staring at you. You can't see their face, but the hood is tracking your every movement.
As we're walking, I stop, and I'm like, guys, is there someone in a hood that direction?
There is not.
I don't see anyone. Are you seeing things, Glib? We don't need you to be seeing things.
I am the only one who could see the fucking world right now, so shush. Y'all stay here. This dude seems like he can see us, and that seems weird. Y'all hang out here for a second. Don't move, or you will hit shit. And I let go, and I start walking towards the dude with the hood.
All right, so SG and Goodbid are pretty much abandoned, and again, you see Goodbid or Glib just kind of walk off into the sand and approach this figure. As you approach them, they don't move. They just kind of wait for you to approach. And as you get close enough to see, it kind of seems like the cloak is empty almost, but quickly, just in sort of a flicker of light, you can see a skull pass by, similar to what you saw inside Vasilios's armor.
Okay, so I look at him like, so should I assume you're the god of death? Or...
The figure laughs. Goes, not the one you're looking for.
Great, you're scary. Mayhaps who would I be looking for?
That depends. Why have you come here?
There's a lot of fucking GodForce energy here, and I think some dude that we knew is killing gods, so we kind of want to get to the bottom of that.
Interesting. Inevitable. How, then, did you get here?
I touched a big arm in a cave surrounded by bodies. Probably not my brightest moment. Also, my buddies over there can't see what we're seeing right now. And I'm assuming if I stick my hand out, you're also not there. But I'm not willing to do that because I saw the bodies.
The figure shoots its arm out and grabs your hand.
Just okay, all right, okay. Never mind. I'm sorry.
A moment passes, and this figure's gaze kind of like slowly drifts up to SG and Goodbid, and you see a little like flash in the blank eye socket of it. Yeah. Suddenly, with no warning whatsoever, both of you can see everything that's around you.
Yay! All right, okay.
I yell back,
okay.
"You're welcome!"
What is happening here? Who are you?
The figure does not reply when asked for a name. It says, so, you seek that one. The arm, as you put it.
Sure, yeah, we'll go with that. Is he still gripping my arm?
No, he lets go after a second. An uncomfortably long second, but a second nonetheless.
Yeah, just... Okay. Alright, sure, we'll say we're looking for him. There's a lot of energy here, and we're looking for somebody, so...
That one is long gone from this world.
Every time we find the god, they've been dead for a long time.
Do you know how long and what got him?
The being just starts cackling. And it says,
I don't like that.
And after a moment says, oh, I suppose the same thing that came for them all.
You mean all the people in that... I mean all the Morterms in that cabin, all the things that's killed... Did one thing kill all of them?
The figure kind of shakes its head and goes, no. The Morterms were made to die. A monument to death itself.
That is dark.
The bugs that...
That's a little fucked.
They reproduce like a cancer with lifespan so short. Made as a monument to him.
Him? Okay. You're seeming to be speaking in riddles and such. Would you know where we should go? The last time we met someone like you, they made us fight them almost to the death, which I would assume is your whole deal, tall, dark, and spooky. So,
in a way, perhaps the powers are not so black and white.
Okay. We granted someone godhood last time, so that was fun. Is there a...
I'm aware. The god of light you raised from nothing.
Oh, it's light. Okay, cool. We were wondering what that was. Do you have a throne, perhaps? Or...
Reaches out a skeletal hand towards the building at the end of the road.
I'm really tempted to make a Ghost of Christmas Future joke, but I'm going to save it because I don't want to explain both Christmas and Lewis Carroll existing in this world.
Thank you. Thank you for
that. Okay. You got any other riddles to tell us, or are you going to cackle at us one more time?
If you'd like more. I have so much to tell. The God of Dreams knows many things.
Oh, great. I would have never guessed that by the whole terrifyingly disgusting vibe.
You're not the god of nightmares. I
What?
feel like that fits your vibe a lot more. Just saying. Just an
Dreams,
observation.
nightmares.
Dying in your
It's
sleep.
all in your perception. If you are scared, then yes, this may be a nightmare.
Well, I mean, like, this is just better for branding and everything, but I get what you're saying.
The being suddenly grows in size like a shadow looming over you and leans in and goes, "Does it feel like a nightmare?"
Yes, this is why I say that you should rebrand.
And then it shrinks back down.
Please inform us with what you have to say, Dreamlord, or whatever your name is. You've kind of avoided that twice.
Nightmare King. Oh no, that's already taken.
Dreams are fleeting things. You may call me what you like.
I'm gonna go with Dream. Dream works. It's a dream.
So the
What do you got?
The being starts slowly walking towards the building, as if sort of gesturing for you to follow.
Here we go.
Do also follow you, DreamWorks, or no?
It does not.
I didn't actually mean that.
It does not seem to care what you call it. And as it walks, it goes, "What do you know of the gods?"
SG, don't you fucking dare. We have a buddy who's a god, and we know two. Well, we know one, and we killed one. And we know a half god.
You killed one. Do tell me the story.
How far away is this tower?
It's not that far. I mean, he's walking slow. Like he's
Okay.
talking as he's kind of going.
All right. There was a dude who got lost in the Order Realm. He got a little fucked up and came to our dimension and tried to make it a second one. We stopped him with a chaos dude who insists he's a god, and then I drank him. So
I know this one. The god of knowledge that you ended.
oh, knowledge. Okay, all right. That's
You
new.
seem surprised at the domains, young one.
That's because that's not what he fucking said. So
I'm sure he too did not know the extent even a god of knowledge has limits when newly made.
okay, all right,
Many
all right. That's a
have
good
held
point.
the title of gods over the eons, but none so powerful as the ones who began it all.
But they are
does make
also
sense.
dead, so they couldn't have been that powerful. I'm just saying.
Do we really want to antagonize this dude?
He actually laughs at that. Says, "Perhaps you're right. I admit to not knowing what was their end, but I do know it is something that we must fear if it still reigns."
So even you don't know what killed the old gods that were supposed to be the most powerful beings ever?
I know many things, but even that is before my time.
No one wrote it down, or like, no? That was just like a mystery that we're supposed to solve now?
It seems there was no one left. None but the bugs and the early primitive ones. It kind of stretches an arm out to the temple, which you have now reached.
Okay. So, like, are you gonna follow us in, or are you just hanging out?
He kind of nods. He indicates for you to go first, but nods.
All right. Okay. I like slowly backstep towards the temple before turning forward and walking in.
So you walk in, and sitting in the center of this chamber is a throne. Now, Glib especially, actually no, you can all see at this point. The throne is glowing with this sort of sickly grayish green light, and it's also made entirely out of bones. A liquid is sort of dripping out of the mouths of some of the skulls that make up the chamber. It's a dark liquid, but you can't tell immediately what it is. The figure just kind of like stands, seeming to wait for some sort of reaction.
Yeah, that's
I don't
fucking
really
gross.
know. Yes, it's disgusting. Glib, this is all you.
Is that seat?
Go
is
get
that
him.
seat taken? I'm the only one here who's dead, and I'm assuming that can't make me any more dead. So,
If you would like to claim the power offered, that is your decision. This is all that remains of the first death.
hey, Blob. And Blob comes.
Blob.
Have Blob come out. How fucked would I be if I sat in that chair?
Blob hovers over to the chair, stands like kind of over it, and sort of like scans it and looks and goes, This is the highest concentration of literally anything I've ever seen. The other chair was something, but this one is something.
Dope. I walk up and I'm gonna sit in the fucking chair because Death God is fucking metal.
All right,
Oh,
I'm
we
going
have-
that shit.
Ladies and gentlemen, we
Oh,
have
man.
our first player ascension of the campaign. Glib,
Oh my
you
gosh.
sit in the chair, and again,
Yeah.
your vision goes dark.
Great.
Out of, in this black, you actually sit in this blackness. All you can see is, yourself and the chair for a good, 10, 15 seconds, just enough for you to kind of like worry that nothing is going to come of it. And
Am I just blind now?
and then in the darkness, two massive white eyes just open. And you can see a faint sort of reflection of the same kind of obsidian hand and arm reach out towards you and kind of cup the chair in its massive hand.
I don't like this. I don't like this.
And it just sort of
I thought it was gonna squish him like one of those squishy toys with the eyes bug out.
the eyes get closer to you, though you can't make out a face or any other details of what this thing is. And after a moment,
So you seek my power.
Sure. A little bit.
I sense much death on you, young one. You seem
I
to
have
be
killed-
a worthy successor.
Thanks, bud. That sounds fun. That sounds good. Let's do this.
you start slowly to feel some sort of power radiating from the chair, or from the hand into the chair, and then from the chair into you. Eventually
Okay.
it says,
I hope that whatever came for them and me is not enough to stand to you. But
Oh,
I
I
have
meant that guy.
little hope.
and then your vision returns to the chamber that you were in. And you are just charged with the most strength that you have ever felt in your life. The others in the room, you see Glib now kind of glowing with this, again, sickly gray-green light, eyes, like the brightest thing in this whole realm that you've seen by far. The strange dream being kind of just looks on silently and kind of like nods once in a sort of approving way.
How you
I also
feel?
want to point out to chat, yeah, there's only so many variations I can do of deep, scary cosmic voice. It's not the Kraken. Kraken's dead.
Okay. I'm like, I think I'm a god now. I think.
Where's Blob? Is Blob still around? Blob!
Blob is still around.
Oh, okay. I was just afraid once you got your god powers that you would no longer be attached to the Kraken, and then my
Yeah.
best friend Blob would go away.
You've shared like 4 words.
They were meaningful words.
You got like a glow.
I
about
do.
ya.
So Dream, Is there anything I can do with this? Is there like, what can I do here?
It is your power, not mine. I do not know the nature of it.
I go up to
Shit.
to the DreamWorks and say, "Are you real now, or are you dead?"
I think I am unique amongst the others, young one. In what sense are dreams real?
As real as do you
That's a
want
good
them to
question.
be?
Exactly.
So, if I believe hard enough, I'm wondering if this works on like Tinkerbell rules here. If I just reach out, I desperately want to see if I can still touch things, because God of Death usually doesn't correlate with being able to, not kill things. So, can I like
This is true.
reach out
This
and
is
be like,
true.
all right, and I try and touch Dream.
Try and touch Dream. I mean, Dream
Yeah.
kind of like you sort of press your hand against Dream's sort of robe's cloak, and it kind of like pushes through as if there's nothing there. You can still see like the faint skull and the faint skeletal hands. You kind of
Right.
You can
Okay.
feel the robe, that there's just nothing under it.
All right. Well, you didn't immediately die, so that's good. I'm not risking either of these two.
Best test of this, young one.
That's a great point. However, we are in the past, and I can't touch anyone, so I'm not 100% sure how to test this.
How do we get out of here?
Can I like?
God, glib God.
Oh, that's a great question. Can I like try and open a portal of some kind to get out of what I'm assuming is the death realm?
You can try to open a portal. You don't really know how to do that.
No, I don't. I didn't know how to activate the statue either. I just
Yeah.
kind of went up and was like, think magic thoughts.
Mhm.
Like, I'm like, all right. Dream, do you know how to open portals? I think I can open portals now. Can I do that?
I may often go where I want, but such is my nature, not yours.
That's so unhelpful, but okay.
Like, this doesn't come with some kind of like beginner's tutorial or something, no.
Can I sit back in the chair and see if it does anything? Like sit back down and see if it like if nothing happens.
You know what? Actually, sure. You can sit back in the chair and you sort of get the same vision of this dark presence, so you can only see the eyes and the hand.
All right. Now I have my bearings a little bit, and this is not the first time I've talked to an eldritch god. So I'm just like, yo. Now that I got your power, how the fuck do I use it? What do I do? What can I do? Can I do things?
You can do many things. You will have to learn them yourself.
You're not gonna give me nothing here?
It is not that simple, unfortunately.
Can you at least tell me if I can leave the past?
Is that what you think this is?
I think I'm in a vision of some kind. I know there's invisible walls out there. I know that I can't touch people and everything around here is ghosts. So,
You are in my afterlife. A reward for my children.
you see, that makes sense. Is there a way out of here? That would be great. That would be a great starting point.
I am not certain. Travel between the realms has been difficult since their passing.
Well, I've traveled to 5 in the
Who
last
is they?
like, 2
Who is-
months.
Just kidding, I'm not
Yeah,
here.
you're not there.
Yeah.
You don't know who he was
Like,
referring to.
So, I've like traveled to like 5 in the past 2 months. So unless you are part of the recently deceased, I don't know if that's such a problem for us.
I am sure there are ways, yet I am bound to this throne. I do not know them.
Got it. And I stand up immediately. Just all right, and just get up. I have a propensity for hanging up on gods.
Yeah, it is something that you've done a lot.
So just like, all right, old head doesn't really know how the hell we get out of here.
I should point out, did you tell them that you talked to some weird space presence? I don't think you did.
Oh, right, no. So, you guys remember how I used to talk to the Kraken, right? How I used to talk to my god, my head. Yeah, I did that back there with dude who used to be in the chair. He gave me his power. Big arm dude. He actually like held me out, just a little center of the hand and everything. And he looks more like a big black. How that works, but talk to him. He doesn't know how to get out of here. It's been difficult since gods have died. Which I mean, we're like living proof that that's either a lie or just hasn't been really done before. So we still kind of need to get out of here in some variety or way. Dream, do you know how to get us out of here? Can you help us out of here?
I know many.
Oh, sorry, I did the wrong voice.
I know many things. Perhaps I can be of assistance. How did you get here?
We touched a big black statue.
Mm-hmm.
Is this the only way that you know of through the plains?
Oh, the disc. the portal disc thingies that Canyon used.
Oh. Yeah, we've passed through multiple ways. We've touched 2 statues at this point. We got stabbed through. Wasn't that like the one of them like a statue hit the ground?
Yeah.
We've gone
Can
through
I
a
show
couple
him
of portals.
a picture of what I drew, like the disc thing?
Yeah, so you show Dream the symbol of the disc, which again is laid out similarly to the glyph on the door to this chamber. Well, the chamber the statue was in. Kind of looks at it and goes,
And this was in the convergence, you say?
Sure. Yeah.
So
those words exactly.
They found a way to get around the plains. That is fascinating. Mortals.
Yes, so you must have seen this symbol somewhere, yes? So please tell us where it is.
I remember this disc. This is what the cat used, yes.
I am so sorry. You speak so slowly. You need to get to the point.
Anyway. He says this is
you
what
don't got no time for nobody if they ain't sexy. That's how it is.
The cat. We know a cat.
Are you talking about a cat with a big ass arm? Kind of annoying, carrying a skull around for a little while?
That was the one.
Okay.
He tried to sit on this very throne, but the time was not right.
Oh, he's going to be so pleased.
If
I'm going to send in Canyon. I'm sending Canyon. Hey, Canyon. Hey, Canyon.
We got bad news, bud.
Glib sat on Death Throne. He's the god of death. Ha 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 ha.
Just pause for the rest of it.
Wait. Can you leave a couple words at the end for me?
Yeah, you get 3 words. Actually,
okay,
you
get fucked, Glib.
I figured that was the only word they needed. Yeah.
And I sending it to him.
Yeah. So the guys.
The disc is gone. I have not seen it return.
Someone stole the disc?
It left with the cat.
Oh,
You send another message to this
fucking
dickhead. Asshole, fuck you.
Like, it's gone? Okay.
There seems to be.
Do you think
I'm gonna go ahead and tell you this sort of just from like it seems the disc from the way it was described does not seem like it's like a teleport. It is a teleporter, not a teleport pad. Like there is one disc that is used to transport between dimensions, and it is not here at the moment.
All right.
All
right. I don't want to risk it. I don't want to risk touching one of my partners and then having them just drop dead instantly because Death God, like.
So Dream kind of speaks up again and goes,
Do you know others who have traveled? There are perhaps other
Yes, we know a very nice man. His name is Mercury. I was going to see if sending him he could travel through. Oh wait, oh shit, he can't travel through dimensions. Mercury, I sending Mercury.
Mercury
Hi,
or
Mercury, this
our chaos friend.
is sending 25 words. Remember, we are in Death Realm. Please come get us.
Okay, hold on. Let me pull up word counter for the message.
That's a great point that Nathan had. Why are we calling Mercury and not Polnaros or Prothus? Like, he could just open a portal.
We'll
I don't
handle
know-
that
I
in a
don't know
second.
if-
Let me get this message set up.
We don't know if they like travel between like realms other than just chaos in our world.
We don't know Mercury can travel between anywhere other than fucking air
Yeah, we
in our
do
world.
because remember in the finale, like, what is Canyon pulled that card and he just came out of nowhere and he'd never been to our world before.
You know Mercury's from the material plane, right?
He's from our world.
Oh,
Yeah,
he
he's
is?
from the mermaid
Yeah.
city. He got sucked into a
JK.
He just pulled a magic card
Yeah.
that called him. That's it.
You know he got powers when his ship got sucked into a whirlpool and something happened, and that's all you know.
Oh well.
Yeah.
Well,
God damn it.
Anyway,
we have somebody who's
the
literally the person who sent us on this
you
job.
get a response from Mercury. You go, oh no, that's awful. I'm so sorry that you died. I don't know how to get you.
we're not
Good luck.
we're not dead.
You said you were in the
Hit up-
underworld. Like
hit
that's
up
all
my
that you gave him.
Can you call Prothus or something? Like,
Oh my gosh. Fine, I'll sending This is my last sending, so hopefully the last person I call.
Oh, this is kind of. Did you did any of you tell Mercury what happened in Parian, or does nobody know about that but you?
We told him what
Okay.
happened.
we told them in a bridge.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Yeah.
So they've been updated.
Yeah.
Okay, that's gotcha. So
Like,
Kind of. They know that we fought a couple of monsters. Some dude stole our kill.
yeah,
And
you didn't
that's
say
it.
who was
That-
behind.
and
You
then we
didn't say
needed to
who
go to
was
the bug
behind
city.
it though. Okay.
No.
We did
Gotcha.
not bring up.
so I'll send to who sent us on this? Was it Prophet or Callisto?
It was both of them. It's a joint mission between them and the Order, trying to figure
Yeah.
out what's going on.
All right, Prophet has always been nicer to me, so Prophet, it SG, we are alive but in death plane. Please send a portal to retrieve us. Good bit glib. Also, you have to send back to Gadayama. Hot guy.
Okay. So I'm gonna say, for my sake and because it makes sense in canon, that Prophet is powerful enough he can send messages without the 25-word limit. He's very strong. We're gonna say that's within his power. After a moment, you kind of get a message back from Prophet who's, did I give him a British accent? I haven't spoken a line as him in like a month and a half. I think he had like a nicer British accent. Yeah, I was about to say, like, Callisto had like a rude British accent. I'm gonna say Prophet was nicer. After a minute, he kind of goes, "I'm sorry, you're where?"
I don't think I can respond.
No,
last
I'm gonna
one.
say he is strong enough
Oh,
magically.
he's broken the laws of sending.
Yeah, he's a god. I'm letting him do this.
He's opened up a line of
Yes,
communication.
he has opened up a line of
we are
communication.
We are in the death realm or something like that. You know how you were in the chaos realm?
He
We are in
cuts
the
you
death
off.
realm.
How did you get there?
Glebe touched the black arm and the black arm statue, and now we are in the past, but also dead.
You hear
but not
at
dead.
that, just frantically, sort of like in the background of the call, basically, you hear Doc just go, "Did you say black arm?"
Yes, Doc, it's so nice
Don't
to
worry,
hear your
When
voice.
you do
It's
that,
been a
put
while.
Glib on the message, right now.
Okay, like put Glib's head next to mine.
This funk.
Yo,
Explain everything.
I touched a statue. I saw a dream. I sat in a chair. I'm dead
No,
now.
about the arm. What did you hear about the arm?
Oh, we didn't hear anything about it, but when we walked into this room that had a sigil on the door, there was about 1 billion bodies around it and a giant, like, 5-story tall. It was like circles. There's a circle made of circles with 2 circles on the outside, and then some scratchy language under it.
Where was the sigil?
On the door.
On
Why
the
was
door?
the no? Okay. Where was the door?
Really, 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 really deep under God.
So,
Yama.
when you say that you saw this arm, this arm, was it a statue of the arm? Did you actually interact with the creature? What was it?
So there was a statue of the arm, but now we're in the afterlife after I touched the arm.
That's not important. I don't care if you're in the afterlife.
Well, no, it is. It is, because then I sat in a chair and then I interacted with the black arm thing. Once I sat in the chair, I like talked to the dude.
My theories were correct! He screams, just piercing in your ear.
Vindication!
The prime gods did exist!
Okay, we will revisit that. We'll circle back to that prime god part. But we do need someone to retrieve us, but not drop us back in Rift Reach, because I do have someone waiting for us.
It just keeps screaming incoherently about some theory that they came up with before you hear Prophis physically shove them out of the way and get back to the line.
Prophis on the thank God.
All right.
Okay.
Look, if you're in the realm of death, that's I don't want to say that's great, but that's progress, so that's good.
Indeed.
I don't know how to get you out of there.
Mother.
Look, we have
That is
portals.
not
We have
exactly
portals
what I
open
wanted to
to
hear.
the Chaos Realm
Yes,
and the Order Realm.
Good bit. We might be stuck here for a bit.
We have portals to the Chaos Realm and the Order Realm. Theoretically, from what Doc says, travel between the planes is possible. Can you make your way over to one we have a door to?
Tell me how you make portals, and I can make them now. I think. You're a god of the Chaos Realm. I'm now a god of this shit. So can you tell me how you open portals, and maybe I could do it too?
I make portals by manipulating entropy. I don't think that's a death power.
Can I kill space?
Roll perception.
Can I kill space between...
Roll perception.
Alright.
Everyone roll perception. That's all. Okay, yeah.
I feel like that was a... Alright, 16.
23.
12. Holy
Good
shit.
bid only. Right after Glib says that, you hear Dream just let out a single chuckle. Just very quietly under his breath. Anyway, Prophis continues.
So funny, man?
Dream does not say anything. Prophis continues and says, "It's like I don't think, regardless of whether it would work or not, it doesn't seem like a good idea. Like I said, can you get to one of another? The planes are structured. You've seen this. If you can get to another one, maybe we can get you out from there."
Okay, we need to pass through water, which is left. Do we just need to keep going left?
I mean, you could also go right. We have the portal to the Order Realm open.
There is also an open mystery thing between death and order, so we're not 100% sure what we're going to run into there.
I would also like to remind... Blob, actually, no, I don't need to remind you this out of character. Blob pops out of... and goes, "Can I pipe in and remind you that the water dimension is infested with monsters?"
That's a good point.
That's right. That's right. We can't go there.
Okay.
We must go right. Let's go right.
Let's go right. So if we just keep moving right, will we eventually end up in the other realm?
If Doc's theories are correct, which I know that's probably not comforting. Hey! But it's the best I've got to offer you.
Okay. What direction is right? Because if we just keep moving right, we're going to end up in a circle. So, like...
East.
East? Is it east? Do we go east?
At this point, Dream kind of pipes in and goes, "I may be able to help you with moving from realm to realm."
This is why we asked you to
just
talk
asked you-
fast
okay.
before. You just said you couldn't do it.
Please tell us, Dream, What do, where go, how do? What are we doing here, man?
You will have to follow me. And Dream walks out of the temple.
Okay, Prothus, we'll call you back.
And on that note, actually, I think that's going to be the end of Session 3.
Yeah.
Session 4 is Escape the Underworld, basically.
This is so fucking hard.
So, this was the session where I really started dropping some lore bombs. I tried some innovative stuff that I hope worked well. I'm so glad that my vision fake out worked. That was so good. I'm proud of myself for that trick. Because again, in case
I absolutely love the. No, I just love the. I'm not in the Great Desert and being like, where are you?
In case you guys didn't figure this out, you all got the same vision. That was a fake out so that I could describe different endpoints to all of you without you being suspicious.
That's fucking genius.
Great.
So that's Session 3. Again, big lore bombs got dropped, which will, you figured out some stuff. There's some clues remaining. Episode 4 is Escape the Underworld. And it's going to be a good time.
I just want to mention the fact that this Glib's whole situation started here with trying to find a gem he didn't know existed and some pants. And now he's a god.
Yep, he got god powers.
Wow.
And again, god powers will probably be coming to the rest of you. But at some point down the line. We'll actually maybe next episode, depending on how things go. But I won't say anything more about that. But I hope everybody enjoyed Session 4. I think it went well. I came up with a shocking amount of that like 3 hours ago. But we're just gonna roll with it.
That was awesome.
Like 6 hours ago now.
Oh, that's fair. 3 hours before the start. Anyway, we have a lot of stuff to plug, a lot of sort of repeats from the beginning of the session, but I'm sure we've had a lot of turnover. So, I believe everybody's Discords have already been linked in the chat. Thank you, Amy. Actually, Amy linked everything. I mean, I should have known Amy's on top of it. So if you scroll up a little bit in the chat, everybody, links to respective Discords are there. Link to the YouTube is there. The special one-shot from last week will be uploaded soon. It is not required viewing, like I said at the beginning. It is an extra thing. It is canon, and it will matter later, but it is an extra thing that you can watch if you want to get some lore teasers, but, if you skip that episode, you'll be fine. Players, I don't recommend watching it because spoilers for things, but, Momo already knows it, but,
Yeah.
We are also now on Spotify. There is a link to that as well up in the same block of links. And as of today, the first wave of campaign merch has launched. And again, I do say first wave. This is just the basic ones with the logos and the character designs and everything. We are going to be getting some more custom stuff. I know I've got a Critical Lick shirt in the pipeline and some other fun things. I know like a big party shirt is coming. So more stuff is coming, but there's the first drop of merch. So check that out if you want. I believe that is everything that I've got. So anyone want to plug anything? Anyone else?
I just want to remind everyone that's watching that the link to Spotify will bring you to the Anchor support page, or basically it's just going to function like Patreon. But you can also still watch the podcast there for free, even if you don't support us.
I keep forgetting to say that, so thank you, Momo.
Yeah, if you want to support us and just see more of this and all the shenanigans, that's where you
spare change. Spare change.
And I'll check that later. But Nathan, you said you had something as well.
I mean, album's still out.
Talk about it.
Go listen to the album. It's also available on vinyl now. I think only until tomorrow, because it's been available for like 2 weeks, and I only said one, then I extended it because I'm too nice. And so, get it. If you want that, it's a sick shade of green.
Ooh.
So even if you just want it for the color, it's very pretty.
Oh, someone also asked, is the breakpoint directly connected to this session? No, it is actually like separate from this session. As Momo asked earlier, obviously the lore is all connected, but like it's not required viewing in any sense. And technically, like, I don't even know if this has happened, if the breakpoint has happened yet. I did not put a timeline point on that. It is not necessarily between episodes 2 and 3. So not connected to this, not required viewing. It's just an extra filler thing that you can watch if you want. But next week, 6 p.m. Central Time, we will do episode 4. I will also say, and the players have not heard this yet, surprise is coming, episode 4. I'm not going to say anything else. Surprise coming episode 4 for fun
Oh
stuff.
my god, I'm so afraid.
Well, a lot of surprise. I'm actually, to be fair, players, I'm going to tell you what it is the second we go off live.
Okay.
The audience is going to have to wait. Everybody else is about to find out.
Great.
But yeah, I mean, there are lots of surprises, but an extra one next week. So look forward to that. We will see you then. And for now, everybody, thank you for watching, and have a good rest of your night.
Woo!